You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
I was walking last year through Woodford Square when a black man called out to me, "Jockey, in your Calypso song next year, I want you attack UNC. Sing how Kamala appoint Reshmi and Janice Thomas to rule over we, even though both of them may have no ability." By the time I reach up by Green Corner, a Indian man pulling my shirt. Jockey sing how Keith Rowley Concoursa, he have no dignity, no word. Every day he attacking Kamala like if she TV navel string. Down to the woman hat Keith Rowley criticizing. I tell them government and opposition, my friend, is like a cricket match being fought. Bowlers trying to lick down the batsmen and out down the whole side for naught. But the true kaisonian must stay detached. He must stand by and watch the match for the Kaiso art. Say, you can't take part. That's why I am bowling ball for nobody. I am fielding for no side papi. I am batting to please UNC. I am planning to make no century. My role is to point out who chucking, who bending the arms and pelting. For when you see Chalky up here, you're watching a man who's fair. And when Rowley bowling Kamala, I am the umpire. Like Rolling Tiger, and Lord Beginner, in the footsteps of Kitchener, all you're watching an umpire. A kaisonian must see politicians like a cricket matching session. But in Kaiso history, the tradition is to watch the game from beyond. Our role is just to broadcast the match and then let the people decide which team in the National League is the winning side. So when people ask me to sing and say how Jack Warner is a workhorse and how he love Indian people all the way and his money make Manning loss and how he spending his salary on the Indian and not a cent on the African, not me. I just tell them no, give that song to DeFosto. For when DeFosto batting 1 year for PNM, next year he gone UNC. Man, although his Calypso is a gem, he's selling my art form cheaply. For you can't bowl and bat at the same time and still want to wicket keep too. Cause if you do, San Fernando go boo. That's why I ain't want no bread from Jack Warner. I am no 12th man in his corner. I am not his team's wicket keeper. I am not his damn water carrier. My role is to raise up my finger anytime he get catch out by fever. So when you see Chalky up here, you're watching a man who's fair. And when fever bowling water, I am the umpire. Like Growling Tiger, and Lord Beginner, I ain't taking no sides, brother. Or you're watching an umpire. Elijah. Gonna give you a
when you think of the history of Little Carrick is really a place of mystery. You may hear a dog bark anytime. The dog living there since 1945. This dog has spoiled some of the best shows in Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm sure before long you may hear it barking. This man's speaking so fast, trying to get in between the barks. There's another dog living on that side, but he only barks when you don't get food. So we throw food every now and then on that side. Then you have some alarms that may go off or may not go off around the theater. And if you're lucky, you may hear invaders playing up the road just now. So all those are our guest artists really. So we don't have to have many guest artists on the show like that. We have dogs to the left, dogs to the right, steel band out in the corner, and a few vagrants might join the show every now and then. Sometimes the vagrants pass and the show is so good they feel they must put them out in also and join them. So it's very exciting being here in the Caribbean one more time. How many of you stupid? Put up your hand. All right. How many of you know stupid people? You see that? Well, I'll tell you a story. It's a long time ago when God made the earth. He made the moon, he made the stars, he made all the living creatures. And he made one man, Adam, a Trinidadian. When you know Trinidadian already, start to complain immediately. Tell God you don't like the damn place. Mosquito biting here. Alligator smelling bad. Giraffe neck looking stupid. Whoever has stupid long neck thing like that. What is that? Look the elephant there smelling bad. You know what God make picker things to do. Put what kind of gardener eat with picker joking you? No. No, God was from Tobago, so God got very vexed. God say, oh God man. God is say that, oh God man. All the Trinidadians never happy again the Garden of Eden, all these lovely animals there, and you're still complaining. What you want? Adam say, I have nobody to talk to. I'm a Trini. I want somebody to talk to. Hey, only some stupid funny looking animals here. I'm going to leave you, I'm going to leave. God says, okay. You want somebody to talk to? Okay, I will make somebody for you to talk to. So God made Adam fall asleep. And God took on Adam's spirits. And God put his prayer to stand up like that. And God gets some mud, po, wrong up the head like that so. More mud, po, smooth it down like that here so. More mud, po, bring it down like that here so. Then God smooth down everything nice like that, like that, like that. Then God takes his finger and he makes some big toe and a little toe and span a toe. That's for plenty climbing. Then God takes his finger and he look at it good and he took a little eye there. He took a little eye there. He took a nose there. Put a big pan mouth for plenty talking. Then God pulled the hair so and pulled the hair so. Then God looked at Adam and he looked at the thing. He looked at Adam, he looked at the thing. Then God says something missing. So God goes the eye like that. And he jump up, West Indian woman, Trinidadian woman, start to complain immediately. She ain't like this, she ain't like that. Take the alligator for a walk, put more teeth in the tiger mouth. Come down the tree, name Adam not Tarzan, what you climb in the blast, people come down. Well, you know, typical Trini man, going by God, telling God, you see what I mean? God, I was happy here before you. I was having a nice time enjoying myself. All these lovely animals. Yeah. They were smelling bad, but I didn't mind. Yeah. So God said, what you want? I'll give you the Garden of Eden, I'll give this lovely woman. What you complaining? I don't tell you want people, you make one stupid woman from the talk too. Yeah? And when you complaining, you're going to leave. God say, okay, so God get real vexed now. He say, you want people? I'm gonna make people. So God get one set of mud. And God started to make people like him mad. He make white people, black people, Chinese, Indian, half Indian, quarter Chinese, no teeth, big bumsy, big bottom. If you see people God make, he make Jamaican give them reggae, make Trinidadian give them calypso, make Grenadian give them Gary, God do all kind of things. And God put them out in the sun to dry. But God did not put in any brains yet. He tell Adam, let the people dry properly. And when they finish dry, I'm going to wake him up. They're going to put brains in the people's head. Adam forgets. He forgets to go and wake up God. And all the people dry, and they get up and they walk away with no brains in their head. So since that day to this day, all over the world, you ever set a stupid people walking around with no brains in their head. So look to your left and look to your right. You might be sitting on right now next to one of those people who did not drive properly.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's In the Village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM, and we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Boy, let me bring in 1/3 of the DAG Triplets. No other than Diana, Waveney, Benson.
You'll never get it. You'll never get it.
Let me bring in the other person, boy. Live and in person this time, boy. Live and in person, boy. No other than Marshall, the Commissioner, Nesbitt.
But we're getting a feedback.
We're getting a little feedback from you, Tony.
All right, let me see if I can adjust some things then.
Yeah. But of course, it's In the Village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM, and we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. You know, I was to do something, Diana? And I was to take a snapshot of it because I couldn't believe this one. I had to take a quick snapshot. Let me see how I'm going back on my phone here. Diana Benskin, and I will put this up on the screen. And Tommy, Nadia came in today at 2:12 p.m.
What?
Nadia came in today, and I know for a fact, Diana, that if I didn't screenshot it, by the time we get there, gone. Exactly as I say. By the time we get Nadia, I had to get a round of applause for you. Let me see, boy. Let me see if I could get. Let me see. Nadia could get this here.
Good night, Lana.
I had to get a round of applause for Nadia, boy. Nadia, I had to give you a round of applause. Wait, look. Nutcake say first at 4:01 p.m.
Nope.
Nutcake, no brother. No, Nadia was first at 2:12 p.m. She making joke, but our first guest is already there. So let me quickly do some superlatives here. Nutcake, welcome. Run DMC, welcome. Rose, welcome. You still getting the feedback. Lana, welcome. Keisha, welcome. Lana. Nadira, welcome. Grace Caesar, welcome. Rajvi, Winston Renwick. Winston Renwick, we know you from Toronto, you know. I mean, you know. Rajvi, 50 million for Tobago. Rajvi, we will come back to that. Curtis Monteshad, boy, straight out of Chumaka. What acts? You inside, boy. Anthony Victor Badu. Welcome, boy. Yeah, Fish Sticks, you're inside. Fish Sticks, you're inside. Run DMC inside.
Feedback.
Feedback, still feedback. Nutscake, you're inside. Let me see, boy. Only are going on the thing quick. Haley, welcome, Haley. You're inside. What tax? You're going to a little what tax, you know. You know, you just got, hey, Troy Smith, partner. You're inside. What a tax. Hey, look, my partner, boy. Vonnie Roberts, boy. Vonnie Roberts, boy. You're inside, boy. I don't give Vonnie Roberts a special kind of Vonnie Roberts. You know what I mean?
Troy Smith.
Oh, Fish Sticks, listen to me on Pastor Google, boy. What happened to that one, Fish Sticks? Chris Watson, boy. Chris Watson. I'm going to go back. Chris Watson. Don't worry, all of Dr. Paul Keens-Douglas waiting, huh? Hey, look, Chris Watson gave me a compliment, boy. But whenever I say things about the PNM, Diana and Tommy, I just get real compliment. You know?
Boo!
Anytime I say something that contrary to what the PNM doing, answer, boy, you shut up, I say, when you ask the question, when you're calling, well done, boy. Hey, Chris, boy, thank you so very kindly, man. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And you and Fish Sticks, I appreciate that.
We'll deal with that later, Ron.
Where's that?
Ron, talking about Tobago situation.
Yeah, we go deal with that. All right, let's bring in our guest, man. We don't waste no more time. I think I'm calling
Feedback still?
everybody.
Yes.
We get a little feedback still. Yeah, let's bring in Dr. Paul Keens-Douglas here with us. Dr. Paul Keens-Douglas, how are you doing, sir?
Evening to you all. You hearing me clearly? I hope.
We're hearing you loud and clear, loud and clear. Let me say to you, welcome to Indie Village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We are streaming live on radio station here in New Jersey, as well as on YouTube and on Facebook. And it's called Indie Village with the DAG Triplets, right? D is Diana. Of course, Diana is the poet extraordinaire. You know, she's also a motivational speaker. You know, and she finished up a big degree. That's D, Diana. A is myself. I am considered to be Ansem or Flash or Wall Street. G is Gary. Gary also just joined us. Gary is considered to be the Phantom. And we have one other individual with us. He's considered the Tommy. And Tommy is a commissioner here in Newark. So, Dr. Paul Keens-Douglas, welcome to Indie Village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
Well, thank you very much for having me. You know, let's have a nice evening together. Let's share. You know, it's what storytelling is about sharing.
Well, you know, I go back to the days when I am a young fella too, right? And I remember, you know, Paul Keens-Douglas from the time, and the thing I used to like, what I like, the one was Tanti Muller. I love Tanti Muller. I think Tanti, because I like cricket. You know, but how you just come up with those stories, Dr. Douglas? How you just come up with them stories of them?
Well, I guess I'm a storyteller, right? And I like to capture this society around me. I'm first of all a writer, and of course, I write about the society around me. And when I started writing, I was very much into folklore and those kind of things. So my early stories was really about recording the culture around me in those days. We're talking about 40 something years ago, right? So my early stories like Dark Night People When Moonshine, the ghost stories, the zombie stories, and so on, you know, were all part of the surrounding society at the time. And of course, cricket was very much a part of it. So it was not surprising that eventually I wrote Tantia the Oval, you know. But you get your stories from around you, but you must be able to really look at the society and be able to observe and to see and try to record it, and you know, and try to just capture that society we live in, you know, that sometimes we take for granted so much until we really take it and focus on it, then you really appreciate what you have. But I just wanted to be a writer, and then having written the books, I had to read them, so I became a performer, and then that eventually became my whole career. But stories all around you. You just have to know where to look, and you must have the interest to write them, and of course to perform them too. I was fortunate that I could write and perform. Some people just write, some people are performers, but I had the ability to do both. So I think that really set me on the course to where I am today, you know. But those early days was really about, you know, recording the society And then, of course, the desire to write dialect, because I was a dialect poet. No, you don't say dialect these days, you say native language because it is language. But in those days, we call everything dialect. And part of the challenge was, to try and capture the song around you on the page, try and put it on paper. Because, dialect is really is an oral tradition. You talk it, but to put it on the paper and to try and capture it the way you hear it around you. And I think that was the challenge I had. But it was what I wanted to do. So it was, what started me on this writing career, trying to capture the sound on the page and trying to record the society around me. And, so that led to everything. And so here I am today, stories all around you.
Dr. Douglas, it's interesting, eh? When you hear about entertainers like yourself, or people who sing in calypso and write in calypso, but a lot of people may not know of your background. For example, you hold diplomas in commercial broadcasting and radio TV production from Announcer Trading Studios and RCA Institutes of New York. A BA, not just a BA, but honors degree in sociology from Sir George Williams University, Concordia, Montreal, Canada. And you have done postgraduate work at the University of West Indies. I'm sure you have gone on further, Mona, Jamaica, and has a wide, varied background in theater and creative arts. Your work include Profiles, Barclays Bank Grenada, Red Diffusion Network, Radio Trinidad, McCann Erickson Trinidad Limited, and Northern Electron Company Limited, Montreal. So you're not just local, Dr. Douglas, you're also global. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, we're talking a whole lifetime, when I started, I didn't have all those things. I started off, those are things that brought me to where I am, Yeah. And if you continue, we might not have time to do program tonight, but, but really and truly, it started with just that that desire to write and that desire to perform, and then you started off writing the interest of what, as I said, what was around you. When I left school, I wanted to be a lawyer. That's my first desire, was to be a lawyer. I knew it had to do something with talk, and I thought I would be a lawyer. Then I couldn't get into the law school at the time, so I decided I wanted to go into radio broadcasting. And that's how come I went to New York and went into radio broadcasting and stuff. That because I know I still talk, right? And then from there I went to Montreal to do a degree, and I chose sociology. So I went to Canada and did sociology. Up to all that time I wasn't performing. I was just writing my own little stories and stuff in the background. And then from Montreal I went to Jamaica, and it's in Jamaica that I really began to write, my stuff. And when I came back to Trinidad from Jamaica, I worked with Radio Trinidad, and then I started writing these stories right in the studio. At in those days, you had something called Rediffusion. Remember, it was Radio Trinidad, Rediffusion, and I was one of the announcers on Rediffusion. Now, Rediffusion is a kind of radio station where what you call FM today. They used to play classics and all this soft music. And you'd go in and you'd say, "This is the voice of Rediffusion," and you put on an album for about half an hour, right? At the end of it, you say, "This is the voice of Rediffusion," and give the news, and you put on another album for half an hour. So I had plenty of time to write in the studio, you know what I mean? So in between all the music and so I began to write these stories. So when Rediffusion closed down, I moved over to Radio Trinidad, and I got broadcasting on Radio Trinidad. So I asked them if I could read those stories that that I was writing at Rediffusion and so on. And they said, no problem. So I got a program and I was reading the stories on Radio Trinidad. And then, of course, it became popular, And so I decided to write a little book. And this is the book I have, that very first book called When Moonshine, this book, When Moonshine. I put all those stories together in that book. And just so as something to do, I made this little book with all these stories. Then we had the idea one day, why don't we launch a book and let's have a show to read the stories? So again, I found out, how do you have a show? We said, okay, let's take Little Carrier. I got the group together. We called ourselves, and I call myself Tim Tim because, Tim Tim is the patois for Once Upon a Time. You see, when we tell stories in the Caribbean, we have our own way. in St. Lucia, Dominica, Grenada, the French islands, say Tim Tim. And you know it's story time. And the storyteller said, Tu sakibo bondi mete asulate. And
No.
that means all the things on earth is God put it there, right? So I call myself Tim Tim. Jamaicans say Jack Mandora, Spaniards say Abia una vez, Trinidad say crick crack, monkey break it back. Grenadians say we're selling it as we buy it, we're not responsible. Journalists say reliable sources, and Trump says fake news. So anytime you hear that, you know it's story time.
Right.
So anyway, so I called myself Tim Tim, and we did a show at the Carib, and I just happened to tape that show that night. The show, just those long time, reel to reel, and I had the tape afterwards. And then the idea came up, why don't we make a record? They say, but I don't know how to make a record. They say, well, find out. So I went and found out how to make a record. And I did everything. I got the jacket covers, the stampers, you know, all those things that go towards making a record. And I put out that record called Tim Tim. And that's a record with Tantia the Oval, Vibert and the Kite. The records most people will know because that record started my career because that record became very popular up and down the Caribbean. I remember in those days, we didn't have all these 30 radio stations and 15 radio stations in each island, you know. In those days, each island had one radio station, if they're lucky. And so each island, when they played you, everybody heard you, you know. And you move up the island, you had Radio Antilles up in St. Kitts up there, Montserrat, playing all the calypso and the reggae, everything was played down the islands. And each island had this one radio station. In the Caribbean, we had the Windward Island Broadcasting Service, Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, all these islands. But the point is, because when you played a record in those days, everybody heard, right? Because only one station on the island. So it became very popular. And one thing led to another. One day I made the decision, I was getting so many calls to come and perform. You know, when if you live in Trinidad, you could run away to Grenada and do a show, could run St. Lucia, St. Vincent. When time to come to New York and Toronto, you can't run away. You know, it's a long distance. I had to make a decision to become full-time. So I left my work. I was in advertising and radio, and I became a full-time performer. And that became my career. And that, I say, was something like 40 years ago. And so today, here I am, still doing what I do best, which is talk. And it has brought me here, you know. And all those things, the books along the way happened, you know. I have something like 9 books and 16 albums and stuff, you know.
You know, it's
So
interesting, right? We're getting feedback. It's interesting, right, Dr. Douglas? You had Tantia, I'm just some of the favorite ones. Tantia the Oval, Vibert, Tumultaneous, Sugar George, Tingale, Bobot, Dr. Aha.
yeah.
How you used to come up with the names for each one of them? I mean, you know,
Well, no, that's a very good question because names come out of the air. Now, let me tell you something. When you're a storyteller, it's not you talking. Yeah, a lot of things are happening through you. You become a channel. You know what you call inspiration. People say, you know, you're inspired, but a lot of that is spiritual stuff happening in your life. So sometimes you get ideas. You don't know where the idea come from. You know, and sometimes a name comes to you out of the air. You just pick it because it sounds right. You know, and sometimes I don't know. Certain names have solid sound like Doris, Mavis, George, you know. They have some names that's strong, you know, and there's some names that's soft, you know. And then there are people who they resemble their name, like Tingale. You know, Tingale is a kind of fella. So you look like a certain action. You know, so you choose names from you pull names from everywhere. I mean, I guess this is what makes you the writer. Is a talent and it's a blessing also. That you just be able to you know the names come, you know. So that's where the names come really from out of the air, from around you, from the inspiration and from the fact that you remember when you write, you have certain people in mind, certain characters, certain types of behavior, and you see people doing them, you know. When I say people say, when I see where you're coming from, you're not joking, you know, you're really seeing where somebody coming from. Because we talk in pictures, it's not what we say, but what people see when we say what we say. This is why a lot of advertising is so bad, a lot of communication is so bad, because the right word, but the wrong picture. You have to choose the words and the phrases that will create that picture that a West Indian would relate to. If you say a man ugly, that means nothing. If you say his face bent up, now you start to talk, right? You understand? Because we relate to the pictures in the words, you know? So a lot of it has to do with the communication and the way we see things, the way we want to see things.
Dr. Douglas, this is Miss Benskin. I want to
Yeah.
thank you for accepting the invitation to come on our show. And I want to say to you that as a young lass, whenever I heard you on the radio, I went through a lot of hardships. You made me laugh. I was like, oh, I laughed till my ribs hurt. And I evolved into a storyteller, poet. I won awards and stuff, but it's not about me. Like you say, you are inspired by a word or an action or something that's going on, and I personally seek to record history in some of my stanzas or my storytelling of what
Yeah.
happened that day, etc., etc. So I also was in broadcasting. My voice was used for commercials. I am doing broadcasting, so it seems as though poets seem to have a parallel sort of a life they lead,
Yeah.
motivational
Yeah.
speaking, acting, writing. So, when we're writing, do you find yourself personifying an object and turning it into your pieces?
Well, a lot of time, there are different tools you use in writing. Some of us do it naturally. We have never been trained in literature. I mean, I never went to university to study writing for it. I just write. I've never studied literature, to be a PhD in literature. I mean, I just did a normal literature at university and school and stuff. But but it's a gift and it's a talent that you have, and it just comes out of you. Just you perform it, you say it because it's a natural part of your body language, the way you use your body. Nobody's training you to do that. You just have that natural thing. It's for you to bring it out. But then you can use so many different ways of expressing yourself. I mean,
Mhm.
take the ball. Who want to know more about cricket than me ball? His eye ball control the whole game. Yeah, his eye just make them bowlers look good. You're talking.
Yeah,
You take the ball and you make the ball speak on behalf of you. So you can make a pan
personified.
talk, you can make a dog talk, but it's really your creative imagination, how you feel, how you want to present the thing. Sometimes you,
Mhm.
you present it like a monologue. I was there when they buried Sugar George, when he get the first piece of property he ever owned. 6 foot of hard, dry Trinidad soil, and was dust to dust, and George to dust, in true Trinidadian style. No, that is monologue. You're doing this as a one voice, right? Hmm? You
Mhm.
know, although you can do it in two voices. Somebody talking there, well, what wrong with she? She thinks she bad or what? What wrong with he? Boy, move out of here now. You can do, remember you're describing a scene. So it can be two
Mhm.
people talking, one person talking, it can be the ball talking, could be the courthouse talking about Black Lives Matter. It does not be somebody, could be a wig from a judge.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it is your talent. You have to decide how you want to use, what construct you want to use within your writing. As I say, some of us have it naturally. And that's why I guess we are who we are. We have a talent because talent is a gift. If people sing calypso, they can't explain why, but they're just good at calypso, good at putting words together. Some people dance very good, Some people play cricket very bad, but they make runs, right? Because they're just natural.
What's up? West Indies need red hair these days, you know.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They train
West
them too
Indies
much.
need.
You see, that is the problem. From the time you train cricketers, they're spoiled. You see, in the old days, they went around the country and they see a man bowling and say, pick him, he good, right? A man
Yeah.
batting, pick him, he good. He making all the
Mm-hmm.
bad strokes, but he don't get out. You understand?
Right, right,
But
right.
then you train
Yeah.
him and tell him, hey, you're holding your bat wrong, and you correct the stroke. Next thing he out, because that's not his natural stroke. So I think a lot of sometimes we overtrain people. Sometimes we sort of suffocate their natural ability, and I think that's
Mhm.
happening to a lot of our cricketers today.
Mhm.
It's not that training isn't good. Training must be good, but there's a certain amount of technique that people have by accident. I saw show Sobers play some bad stroke, but he didn't get out.
Right, right,
You get
right.
out.
Correct is right.
It's an
West
important thing.
Indies, you know, like anytime them play bad, struggle does go out.
No,
Mhm.
it is. They see every mistake in their style, right? Fellas
Right.
used to play bad stroke, but hitting six with that bad stroke, eh? So
Yeah.
you can't compete because they say when they ask you, where you show them how you put your foot. You have to show them where you put the ball over the boundary. So what about the foot? It don't matter which one you get a 6 and they say you're a great batsman, but a real bad stroke. But who cares? You win the match. So my point is training is good, but there's a certain amount of natural ability all of us have. And sometimes we try too hard to be somebody else when you should be yourself. God put you a certain way and you'll get through that way. Bad as it may seem, you will get through that. Why? Because God make you so to get on so. You enter the change and do that over there. So sometimes we training and you can't fault that and education. But you have to look at your own talents and say, this is what I'm going to develop. I mean, friends, I do all these stories, but I don't give no dirty jokes. I write certain kinds of stories. I understand it's family education. The kind of people who listen to me is school people. So my whole life I've decided this is the kind of material I will deal with. I mean, I could do it if I wanted to. But at the early age, you have to decide what kind of person, if you die tomorrow, what do you want to be remembered for? You know what I mean? How would people think of you, But once you decide how you want to be, your road is clear. You know that is not for me, that is not for me. So you're going straight. It's like only women don't shop like that. They leave going to buy a fridge and they're not buying 2 cars before they reach. They ain't getting fridge yet, right?
Hey, watch it. We are gathering.
If a man going for a fridge, he going straight to the fridge, yeah, but stopping
Right, straight to the fridge department. That's it. You going straight there. You ain't making no corners, make no bend, or make no stop. But you're absolutely correct.
But we are gatherers by nature.
But Dr. Douglas, here's my question, right? The highest order of award you receive in Trinidad, is it the Hummingbird Silver?
Yes, Hummingbird Silver, but I got a doctorate recently, Doctor of Letters from UE, right?
Right. But the highest award, other than the doctorate, is the Hummingbird Silver, right? So here's my question. Here's my question. When we have icons like you across the world, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, you're a global icon. Because what you do is different to what many other people do. Many other people. And no one have done it the way you have done it. Why haven't many people in Trinidad and Tobago, or the people in the authority, don't see the significance of what you do and somehow have you been part of the system to give back? When I say give back, pay it, but from an educational perspective.
Well, I mean, let me tell you something. You grow up in a society and you have to understand the society, I mean, it's not me alone. You have a lot of artists, a lot of top performers and writers and dancers and all kind of people who've done tremendous amount of work. I have been fortunate that I could go out and express myself. I could go out and learn and do the work, but it's a lot of hard work. You got to do the work, right? To put out I put out all my albums, all my books. I couldn't wait on government or wait on sponsors. I borrow the money, take my savings. I can put out my book, put out the album, put out, and you sell one book, and if one book pay for the other book, my first book pay for everything, When I put out that first book, When Moonshine, the money from that produced Tim Tim, the money from Tim Tim produces Don't Say So, and as you got more popular, more books sold, you made more money, and you got more, and you were able to go out. And then being a performer, if you could perform your own work, you also could make money. But the thing was to invest your money back in yourself. You see, for others to take money and hide it away and look for sponsors, you must invest in yourself. If you don't feel good enough to put your own money in yourself, why should other people put money in you? So I've never waited on government or waited on sponsors. I went out and said, well, okay, this is how we got to do it. Find out how much it costs. Let's look for the money, put it on, and work real hard to make back that money and pay for the book. So then you eventually become independent, So you're not really, sometimes you're not even part of the system. You're almost operating outside the system. You're there, but you're not really part of it, right? And then luckily for you, people like me, we were able to go regional. So I'm popular from Guyana right up to St. Croix, Virgin Islands, Tortola, all these places I perform. St. Eustace, all these, I have been up and down the Caribbean, all these. So it has not just been Trinidad, it has been all the islands supporting. So if you can go to the islands and do shows, and then, you get paid and you can survive, and you can and produce your own stuff. So you become an independent producer. But there are so many people. Let's say that Trinidad is a small place, right? The Caribbean is a small place, and all of us down here competing with each other, So it's not really easy, apart from government and their thing. All artists here competing for the same little bit of turf. The cricketers, the footballers. So it's real hard to have an island with so much talent and everybody competing, right? So you have to find a way of operating outside the system, which means you become a one-man show. It's a very lonely place to be a one-man show. But in the end, you get all that pride that you did it and you didn't have to depend. And it takes you right through, so you don't see the need to go through. So if you don't get awards or thing, it don't really bother you really, because your real reward is when people come to your show. And as long as people are coming to the show or buying the books and CDs, I could live. I mean, I could put on the shows and people come. But then you have to have good shows. You have to give quality shows. You have to have a standard. You have to live up to your image. So the image carries you right through life. Nowadays, fellas are into all kind of different media, but it's a different day today. I mean, I'm talking about 40 years in the Caribbean. So the awards and so are there, but there's so many people competing for them that in the end, if you get it, if you don't get it, it's no big thing. You just learn to live without it.
But Dr. Douglas, let me keep it real now. There's only one Dr. Paul Keens-Douglas,
That's right.
Well, yes,
Three or four.
But I've got a lot of awards, not necessarily in Trinidad. I got awards in Toronto, in New York, I've got Miami.
No, I talking about your home where you're born and bred, man.
Wonderful.
You see, you sound like you're a politician, but I never hear you talk about politics.
No. But sometimes it's better you don't get the award, It's better you remain and just go about your business, you know what I mean? And, because you can't declare yourself good. People have to declare you good. You know what I mean? And I say your reward really, because in Trinidad people come to the shows. There are people in Trinidad who support, and that's where you know if you're doing anything good, because you have an audience. So over the years, when a lot of people have lost their audience, a lot of other artists have gone into different things to do. Some have done other things. I remain doing what I do the same way for all these years. And I still get my regular audiences. There are people come every year. They don't miss the show. If it's not there, they ring up and complain. What's happening, So you learn over the years that I always said my audience is my critic, Not even the university people or the authors or the festival people or those who say who's good or who's not good. I say my critic is really my audience. If I do a piece for the audience and they enjoy it, it worked. It's good. It's a success. I don't need a university professor to tell me that's a good piece of writing. I need the audience to tell me that it works, so they laugh. If they don't laugh and if they don't enjoy it, it ain't good. I'll change it and I'll find out why they didn't laugh, why it's not working. You see, because this is the thing I learned in the early days. When I was early writing, I was writing in standard English, right? And then I went to Jamaica and I heard, you must know the famous storyteller Louis Bennett.
Bennett.
That's why I eventually performed with and became very great friends. But she got me, it set me there. By listening to her, I decided I could really start writing my hand at dialect writing the thing. And the thing about it, there was nobody to follow. It was just, you were your own pioneer. You spelled words the way you felt like spelling them. If you want to sing one verse, you just sing. If you want to dance, you dance. It's your poem. And that's when I understood the freedom of being a creative person. You weren't following the rules and regulations of literature. You were trying to do something new, something different. So it's hard work, but it was your thing. You decided, and it gave you so much freedom. There's nobody to tell you it's bad. It's only your audience who tell you it's bad. And then you said, well, yes, I don't have to put myself in all these boundaries of what is literature or what is not literature. I just had to create as I felt, So if I felt I want to do one verse with 4 lines, fine. Do the next verse with 10 lines, fine. This is what I want to do. And it works fine, If it didn't work, then it's not working. But so that gave me the freedom I had to really experiment and to create. And after that, I never went back to writing the standard English. I still write it, as a writer. But I remained within the genre of writing what you call native language, our kind of poetry and so on. And a lot of people like me in the Caribbean doing that thing. I mean, in Barbados and Jamaica, each island has people, poets and writers who have made the local land vernacular their forte, right? But the thing about it is that it's a choice you make. Because when you write books like in the local thing, people are buying those books abroad, You have a local audience. The publisher will say to you, well, nobody going to buy that. Only in Trinidad, they will buy that kind of book, write in standard English so it can sell. I say, yes, but this is what I want to do, So then what you did, publish your own book. and sell your book to your own people, and that's what I did, you know what I mean? Because this is what I wanted to do, So it's not to put down standard English as such, but what I'm trying to say, when you have something you want to do, you must just follow your dream, follow your what you see, the vision you have. Because when you have that vision, nothing really gets in your way. Everything is just a sort of challenge, not a problem, because you know where you're going, you know what you want to achieve. And I just follow, and I just, as the road opened before me, I just followed, and I mean, before you know it, it's 40 years, But a lot of artists have that same kind of journey, the same, in a different way, but always the same need to create something. But I find a lot of people trying to be like somebody else too much these days. They're trying to be, you must have a guide, you must have some kind of mentor in your mind, somebody, but then you must remain yourself. You only feel really creative when you know that thing came from within you. That is mine, Or it may sound like somebody else song like, but this one, that is me. It doesn't sound like nobody else, that is me. And those are the pieces you're very proud of, not those that sound like, the style. It is the one that, came from within you, your word, your thought, your everything. That's the one that really is, the piece that you are proudest of. And people always ask me that, what is your favorite piece? And they expect me to say, Tantia the Oval, which is a great piece, right? Which is an original piece too. But my favorite piece was Sugar George, or the Pan Man, right? Because when I did that piece, I felt
Give me a little piece of Sugar George. Give me a little piece of Sugar George.
George? All right.
Yeah, give me a little piece.
Okay. I was there when they buried Sugar George. When he get the first piece of property he ever owned, 6 foot of hard, dry Trinidad soil, and was dust to dust, and George to dust, in true Trinidadian style. The pans were playing when George dead that night, beating the dark with notes so sweet the dead man dead twice, they say. He closed the eye, he breathed the last, people say, oh God, George, gone. But then the pan hit a high. He opened the eye, say, pan, father, then dead to hell and gone away. A fitting end for Sugar George. But he was a man, a real man, and more than that, a steel band man. Well, that's the opening thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Full 100, full 100. You see? And Cindy says, I'm so happy to see Dr. Paul Keens. I grew up reading his book and listening to his stories. Cindy in the chat says that. Let me see what other people are saying here in the chat.
Dr.
Another
Douglas,
person says, Chris says, Diana, could you ask the legendary Paul what is going on with education in the country and what is his views on improving it?
Tommy feedback.
You have a question there, Dr. Douglas.
What, education?
Yeah, it says, what is going wrong with education in the country and what is your views on improving it?
Oh Lord, boy, we could be here for the whole night with that, I mean, that kind of question, you can't answer that, I mean, a lot is going on in education. A lot is not going on in education, But I mean, I don't know. I always say, my job is to write the books, write the records, put it out there. And somebody else's job is to put it in the schools, They ask it, sometimes they ask the artist to do everything. You must write it, you must market it, produce it, sell it. Then you must go and put it in the education system. There are people whose job is there to do that. So I look on at the education system, and every now and then I'll get part, we'll do something for them. But basically, it's a whole big thing going on out there. And the whole new generation now with computers, I am from another generation, I mean, I'm still here with you all, hopefully. But we're talking about, my journey started a long time, and with the computers and things now, it's a whole different. I'm glad I'm old school still, yeah, because I think old school had the values, the real, truly values of the artists. A lot of things today make it easy for the artists. They copy things, they can download, they can do all kinds of things. In my day, you had to go and do the work. You had to go in the library and look up things. We had no Google and all that. So we're talking a whole different generation. But the principles remain the same. What you're trying to achieve, how you want to be seen. What is your mission? Understanding what you're all about, and those things that don't change. The quality of your work. And literature is big, but we all are on our own individual journey. I want people to understand that we all, when I get to heaven, I know my exam different to yours. God ain't asking nothing that He asked me, so I don't worry. My exam paper will not include a lot of things today. My exam paper start way back. So when I get up there, I am worried because I know my exam is going to be different to yours because I've been asked to do certain different things over the years, right? And if I stay true to things, I will reach where I want to go, you know?
Dr. Paul Keens-Douglas, a lot of people in the chat, they want to know, what are you doing to remain looking so young?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, trying to stay
Diana, Diana, 1 minute, Paul. 1 minute, Dr. Douglas. Someone says, Claudia says, Paul, like a bathing in an eternal well. What does you, sir? I know you sense in primary school, and man, you look good.
well, you know, when you're doing good things and you're on a special mission, you know, the road opens for you. You know, I mean, you're meant to do what you do. We meant to be having this conversation tonight. You know, I mean, for a couple of days ago, I didn't know I was talking to you, and here I am talking to you in New York. So you know, things happen that you have no control over. You know, but the thing is to follow the road as it opens to you, and don't be so frightened. Sometimes it's very frightening to be a one-man show. To depend on God basically for the next move, because sometimes you really don't know what's the next move, but it always happens. Something always comes, you know. Something always. All my life it has been like that. Some years you don't know what's happening next year, you know. You don't know if show gonna come off, you know. All kind of things you have doubt because nothing is clear. It's not like you're a doctor and you know patients coming in every day. You have patience. When you're a writer and you got to sell books and CDs like all artists, it's a very you know difficult thing to stay straight and true without diversifying and saying, well, let me do all these different things in case I don't make. You have to have faith and believe in what you're doing, you know what I mean? And then people support you. I mean, what you do tonight is support, you know, people come out and give you exposure, or the strangest people help you. It's not the big people in the top who help you, know. Some little people sometimes make all the difference to you having a show somewhere or you going somewhere, because they tell people, why don't you bring Paul Keens? Or why don't you buy a Paul Keens book? You don't even know these people, but they support. So you have to recognize the support sometimes. When you think you don't have support, you really have support out there. Because sometimes I meet people and I don't even know these people know me, or they knew my work, or they play the CDs and the albums, and they tell me, yeah, we used to play those albums in my house as a little boy, a little girl, but my father played those albums, you know. You know, today I ask a child, you don't know what's an album, what's an LP. You know, but I mean, it's a journey. But my thing about it is that as you grow older, you realize that we all on these individual journeys. And sometimes we miss things, but we really were meant to miss them. They were not really meant for us, you know. Sometimes you're supposed to come second, not first. Your role is to come second. Sometimes your job is to come last, even if you just inspire somebody. You know, you may feel bad, but you may inspire somebody who you want to go in the race. You know what I mean? I say Paul come last, I could fight better than Paul. I might as well join. You know, this kind of thing. So you try to recognize these things, and this is what gives you encouragement to continuing. This is what gives you encouragement to continue.
Well, Dr. Douglas, we're still getting feedback. Dr. Douglas, someone else says, in primary school, we had an evening segment when we listened to you on the radio. Crick, crack, monkey break he back for a piece of coconut. So this person says, Claudia says, in primary school, we had an evening segment when we listened to you on the radio. Crick, crack, monkey break he back for a piece of coconut.
Yeah. Well, that's it. As I said at the beginning there, that's how we started stories in Trinidad. Crick crack, monkey break it back, and you say for a piece of pomerac, right? So it is. They were carrying on the tradition there by naming the program that way, you know, the storytelling. They still have storytelling on some radios, I guess, still do it, you know, but not as much as in my day when we were now starting off. But then, as I said, we had fewer radio stations in those days, but more people heard you because you had fewer radio stations in the for people to listen to. Now we have about 30 something radio stations.
Yeah, plenty radio stations in Trinidad. plenty.
Grenada must have about 10, St. Lucia must have about 10, Dominica. Everybody have these stations plus computers and stuff. So your audience is split up now. So I was happy in the old days with 2 stations, you know. I didn't mind the 2 stations. Kind of when they play my thing, the whole island hearing, you know.
Everybody heard
But
it.
that's the advantage and disadvantage of modern days.
Yeah. So, Dr. Douglas, we want you to stay with us. We got to go for a quick station identification. Stick and stay.
All
Stay
right.
right there. We're going to go for a quick station identification. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. That's 6 to 9 p.m. We have with us no other than the famous Dr. Paul Keens-Douglas, a man of many words, and a man who have done a fantastic job in Trinidad and Tobago. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
And of course, we are back with you. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. And we have with us no other than the famous Dr. Paul Keens-Douglas. He decided to spend some time with us, and we appreciate, the information and knowledge that he's given us here. You already give a nice little piece for us, an impromptu piece. You could say that was like sort of an extempo. Or you have extempo in talk 10 too.
Well, we have Short Pan. He does talk a calypso.
Yeah, Short Pan's real good, man. Short Pan's real good.
Yeah, Short Pan's good.
Short Pants real good. Ain't no joke. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we gotta get Short Pants on here too. You just give me a little idea right there. Short Pants is excellent, man. Excellent.
Yes, Short Pants has been a member of my Talk 10 for quite a few years. He's the talker. He represents Talk Calypso in the 10. Talk 10 is the longest running talk show in Trinidad. We started in 1983. And we're still going strong every year. It's only COVID mash up the whole thing now for the time being. But
Dr. Paul.
Yeah.
Dr. Paul, I wanted to, Ansem is aware, I wanted to grace you with a performance of one of my original pieces. If you have a moment. I would. Okay. Ansem? I call it.
Hold a minute, Diana. Okay, go ahead.
I call it Money, Where You At? Hello, honey. Money, where you at, money? Oh, God, I miss you so much, honey. I don't know what I did, but the last time I saw you, it was before COVID. It's been so long, money, my honey. Tell me, what did I do wrong? This guy named Bill, he keeps showing up at my door. I think he and the mailman Will, them two is friends. They come to my house every day at 4. Bill does stay, but Will, he leaves. Money, honey, I'm begging you, please. Bill say he gonna take all my possessions. He got an annoying female friend. She named Collection. She ain't have no kind of discretion. Money, honey, please come back. Don't let that happen. What you think the nosy neighbors will say? Now you're done up and gone your separate way. I can't get my hair, my nails done. Money, honey, that ain't no fun. Bill, he got all of his friends coming and they ain't joking. I'm sitting here in the dark all alone and they're about to turn off my damn phone. The landlord Merlin making noise for rent. And my so-called friend, Miss Piggy, she bank ain't have not one red cent. Money, please come back. I promise I won't do you wrong. Honey, please, I ain't had a 3-piece meal in so long. If you come back to me, I promise you, baby, I will treat you frugally. I won't disregard the warnings of your cousins, credit and card. I promise for the rest of my life, I will never put you under the bottom of a dice. Nah, don't listen to that no good friend of mine, Weed. To burn in hell is what he need. He always high. You know that ain't no lie. And that deceitful liar named Liquor, when I'm feeling blue because I miss you, she always knocking on my damn door with a glass in her hand. Here, have some more. Money, honey, listen to me. My baby cousin, Lotto, with his false promises of a sure win, Believe me, I finally learned gambling is a sin. Money, honey, my sugar dumpling. Can we stop all this fussing and fighting and talk about reuniting? Money, honey, I'm listening. My head hurting. There you go, making all them demands on me, a poor broken woman. Money, my honey, without you, I'm lost. I can't buy the things I need most. Money, honey, please come back home. I feel helpless and so alone. And don't force me to make a relationship with your family, your rich Uncle Henry. You know, the one that is called loan. I will see you shortly. You know where I just leave the spare key.
Very good. Well, uh, talking about honey and money, that's a good topic these days.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. You see,
Very good. Very good.
I got a
what is
laugh
it?
from you, Dr. Douglas. So that is
What is
enough
it?
for
Is
me.
that what is that? Is that I mean, yeah, Dr. Douglas, someone says, really good to see Honorable Paul Keens-Douglas. His very talented brother, Ricardo Keens-Douglas, was my neighbor in Grenada. You see? So look, we
Yes,
learning
well,
about your brother, huh?
oh yeah, I have a brother, yes, Ricardo.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Somebody saying they know his very talented brother. Ricardo Keens-Douglas was a neighbor in Grenada. That is Marcia Brave Boy.
oh brave
So you
boy.
have a
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. You have a brother too?
Yeah, I have a brother.
Huh?
Don't know, I have a brother called Ricardo, and he's based in
What you
Grenada
just do?
now.
You just do talk too? You just do the same thing? You teach him? He younger than you?
Yeah, but he does more theater, and he does children's books, that kind of thing. And he was
Oh,
a theater performer in Toronto and all that. But he resettled in Grenada, so he's down there now doing stuff.
oh,
And
okay,
so,
okay.
do you see
Uh,
another young lady in the
yeah,
back, Pretty
yeah,
Patty?
yeah,
Okay, she wants to
yeah.
come in and.
So Dr. Paul, you have brothers and sisters, yeah?
I have uh, two sisters, and I had four brothers. Well, one died, so I have three brothers alive still. I've been around, all
Mm,
doing well.
mm,
Um, and the one Ricardo is well, followed in my kind of thing, but he went
mm,
professional theater in Toronto,
mm,
and then he became a writer. He did children books and does plays and
mm,
those
mm,
kind of
mm,
things, right?
mm,
So, but I
mm.
think he's back in Grenada now. He left Toronto
Oh,
and settled back
all,
in Grenada.
all of you were born in Trinidad?
No. I was born. I was two of us were born in Trinidad. You see, in the early days when I
Mm,
started life down here, my father used to work. My father's an engineer, and he used to work in the
mm,
different islands. So it was a
mm,
Grenadian family, and then he
mm,
moved to Trinidad because he got a job in Trinidad working with the water people here or something in those days, and
mm,
therefore I was born in Trinidad, and my sister was born in Trinidad. So two of us got
mm,
born in Trinidad. Then my father
mm.
moved to St. Lucia to do another job there, and we settled there for a while. So another brother was born in St. Lucia,
You
and my
put on a
father
little
moved back
work
to
there
Grenada.
too.
So we have two Trinidadians, one St. Lucian,
Eh,
and three and four Grenadians, 4 years. So it's four
you see,
Grenadians, two Trinidadians, and one St. Lucian. You know,
so
so we well represented when it comes to CARICOM. You know what I mean?
so
So
so Dr. Douglas, you see the city apple don't fall far from the tree. You just work very, very hard and you take it from your father.
well, work, but, but
You- you-
travel is good. But
no, go ahead.
because I say most of it, but in the West Indies, most time we meet West Indians is when we go abroad. I was telling
Mm,
somebody that in the old days because we never traveled much among the islands in those days. It's only when you went to university abroad or you went and they met other West Indians from Guyana and Jamaica, Cayman, Bahamian, were students. So the university did a lot to bring us together because other people in Trinidad never went to Antigua. There are a lot of people in Tobago never went to Trinidad, So we never traveled that much in the old days. So most of the people we met as other West Indians were when we went abroad. So this is where most of the politics started abroad, where they got to know each other and eventually moved back to the Caribbean. And so in each island you knew somebody because you knew them at university. So we had that linkage, which is part of the tradition of the University of West Indies too. That most of the people came in the early days from the different islands and so on. So I met most of my West Indians, Bajans, all these people abroad. Because as a student, as a child growing up in Grenada, you weren't traveling to Jamaica or to Cayman, the Bahamas, You may go to Trinidad if you're lucky, or St. Lucia, something close by. But most of us in those days never traveled abroad. So when we went abroad, when we met, really got and actually got back in touch with our culture. Because when you go abroad, you suddenly become very lonely up there for things Caribbean. Just like in New York and Toronto, you tend to gravitate to all the West Indian fete and the functions and the West Indian societies and all those things. And that's where you really got to know West Indies and got more interested again in folklore. Because when you're home, you take it for granted. I mean, they have some songs I learned home, I never know the whole song. It's only when I went abroad and I had to sing in a choir that we got a song and learned the whole thing. You know what I mean? So I always say, the travel abroad have bring the Caribbean, a lot of us together because we met each other abroad. But nowadays, of course, you travel people up and down, we get to know to go visit these islands. But in the old days, I mean, at one time when we had Federation, there had two boats, the Federal Palm and the Federal Maple. And these boats were gifts from Canada. And when we go from Jamaica right down to Guyana. And those are the links we had, or the only link we had between the islands, this boat. So many of us make a trip on the boat going up all the islands. It was one of those things to do. But those are the only linkage we had between the islands, really. And then, of course, what I call the sugar apple people, the vendors, those people from St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, all those men who come down with their stuff to sell, the fish, and I call them sugar apple people. They were the first CARICOM people because they connected the islands again at that level with vending and sales and stuff. So there are a lot of things going on in the Caribbean that have been going on for years. It's nothing new. But in the storytelling, you bring it out, and you show people these things. So the thing is not so much what you do the stories now, but what you do the stories after we're gone. This is why I work hard to leave them. So if I die tomorrow, no big thing. Those stories are there. Somebody will find them. Just hope it's somebody intelligent enough to know how to use them. So when you talk about the education system, it is not now. There'll be people in the future who will know how to use the work that we have. So that's the hope. But in the meantime, our job is just to keep on producing, keep on recording, and keep on, our own little collection. Because I have my own collection of writing and works just in my area. That's what I'm sort of responsible for, doing these things. And all of us in our own area has a responsibility to capture that area, preserve it, and keep it there. Never mind whether they get an award now, or they buy the book or whatever. The point is that it exists somewhere and somebody could find it someday and use it. And that's the kind of hope you live on in. Apart from just trying to enjoy life and stay away from miserable people, stay away from all those negative people, and just trying to, and where COVID come now, we're learning that by heart, right? To stay away from miserable people. So there's some good coming out of COVID, teaching us how to be isolated, how to appreciate those that we have. Yeah.
So,
Dr. Douglas?
1 minute, Tommy. Diana, the other persons coming in separately, right?
Dr. Douglas?
Yes.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Yeah, I was wondering, you're such a wealth of information and knowledge. I was wondering if you ever considered having a mentoring program or mentoring others.
Well, I did there's a program in Trinidad that about 4 years ago I did one. So we call Mentoring with the Masters. And every year they choose some artists and you do a 3-month mentoring course. But they are just one-off things. They don't continue. You know what I mean? And it's hard to set up your own mentoring thing. If people want to set it up and use me as my talent, I'll go. But to actually set up these things now, you need systems. You need people, at the university or whoever, who are in charge of these things that can say, okay, let's have it. Because on your own, I say you really can't do all these things because it's been hard. I mean, just writing the work and producing it, and even today to put on shows is not easy. You still got to get sponsors and all that kind of thing. It's hard work, but it's something I like doing, so it's not a problem. But the point of it that to set up some of these things take a lot of work. But if somebody's willing to set it up, I'm quite willing to take part in it, I mean, I do a lot of conference feature speaker. You can invite me to be a feature speaker. I do a lot of that kind of thing. Motivational speaking, I do that too. I do children's shows. I do a lot of stuff, but on invitation only, that kind of thing. So I'm there available if people need or want, But to set up those things on your own is at this stage is a lot of work, But as I say, there are people having it. I just did something in St. Lucia for the association banks down there, and I'm doing quite a few of those things have been done before COVID. Now it's all virtual. So I can do it for you in New York too. I mean, virtual is actually not bad for me in the long run because we can do things if you don't have me to travel. So in the end, this may work out good for people like me who don't want to travel so far on planes and that kind of thing. But that's just another part of the journey. Things are happening and you just move forward. You don't look back and wish this had happened many years ago. You can only live in the time that you have, and the moment that you have. What gone, and you can just try and make sure you go into the future knowing what you want to do, kind of thing. But basically, right now is about. I have a lot of new work I want to put out. When I say put out, I mean preserve it, put it in book form or CDs or that kind of thing. At least you can do that so that everything will be kind of recorded and kept, for the future. Because right now I have 16 albums and about 9 books out and about 3 DVDs and a lot of stuff that I haven't put out yet, But it's still work to be done, But at this stage of life, we just talk to nice people like you all and just old talk, Well, I'm going to old talk,
you just take some words out of my mouth. And I was going to ask you if you have any new pieces you was going to put out. And you see, that means to say, you're an inspiration, man. You reach into my crystal ball and you see what I was going to ask you. And you say, before you ask me that question, I'm going to answer that question for you.
I'm working on some things, I'm working on some things. But the COVID has changed up everything because normally I do those things and I put them on it at my Talk 10 show or, I have a Tim show I do twice a year. I do Tim in October, which is storytelling and stuff. And then I Talk Carnival, I do Talk 10. So coming up now, probably have to have virtual shows, the way things are going. But a lot of material, I have stuff done in COVID. I've just done some commercials, which we hope will air, encouraging people to get vaccinated and stay safe, those kind of things. So there are a lot of things there.
Give me a little piece of something new that you're doing. Now, let's a little, sometimes they just give you a little intro. Give me a little piece or something new that you have in the bags for us. A little piece. That's a little thing. As you just say, give them a little small thing, a small thing.
No, I don't have anything here at the moment with me, and I don't want to go and mess up.
All right, no, that's all good.
I'll just give you one joke. That'll be a good, Let me talk about language, So, as I said before, not what we say, but how we say it, For instance, Grenadians say prefer, Vincentians say prefer. Arguing prefer, a Trinidadian passing. See, Trini come tell us, man, what is the word prefer or prefer? He say, boy, personally, I prefer. Right? So, that is part of a collection I'm doing on language. I'm doing something on language with the way we say things. And this is one of the pieces in it. Well, I say one of the jokes in it that talking about how we say things in the different islands, But a lot of the new stuff is really I don't know them offhand like that, If I know in advance, I would have written a piece and brought it with me. But next time, we have a next time, then we can.
Dr. Douglas, our program here in the Village of the DAG Triplet is very different. We want to talk to people who are icons in Trinidad and Tobago, and people in Trinidad and Tobago just disregard them. You understand? It's not like, you looking for any publicity or anything. But we like to talk to people like you because you could be knowledgeable. Might be knowledgeable to just one person, but that is important. Sometimes you only have to need one, you never reach one, Sometimes it's only one, So we love to talk to people like you.
This is what I'm trying to say, that as I said in the beginning, when I started, it was because I heard Louis Bennett performing and I thought I could do that too. And look where I am today, And who knows who's listening to the program, I hear us talking and say, well, I could do that too. And go and start writing a piece and performing. And the next thing you hear about this brilliant person. And it's just because of your show. So always, so the purpose of a show is not for the many people who come, it's for the one person in the audience. You do that show for the night, who may hear you and feel inspired to go out and become a writer or a dancer or some kind of thing, So when you think a show may have failed, it may not have failed at all, because the purpose of the show was just for that one individual to get inspiration. This is why God sent you there. So sometimes not you, it is what God wants of you, you know what I mean? So I always say, you never know who's listening to the audience. You never know who's listening to the show or to the program, who will suddenly just get that feeling that I can do this, I would like to be like that. And Next thing you know, the person takes off, you know. So there are a lot of these things that you find out over the years, and you experience, and and as I say, learn from them, you know. So you feel humble, because really and truly a lot is a lot of work, and sometimes even when you're doing the work, you don't know how it is until afterwards, you know. And when you look back, you say, well, it's been a long road, you know what I mean? But really and truly, if you like what you're doing, that's the answer to it. I always tell people, if you enjoy your job, if you enjoy radio, I used to work radio in Trinidad, you know, and we used to have to open the station first thing in the morning, at 5 o'clock, gotta get up out of bed and go to a radio station. Everybody's sleeping. And you gotta go and start the station and say good morning, morning prayer, national anthem. Then you say, you know, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, you give news. Then they say, welcome to Radio Trinidad morning melodies, and you put on music, you know. And I say, well, what are you doing up this hour in the morning? Going to a radio station, the place dark, you know. But I like it. I wanted to do it, you know what I mean? And you know, so it wasn't a problem. And every time you work in, people jumping up, you doing broadcast, you know what I mean? And you're vexed because you want to jump up too, but it's radio, you know what I mean? So you really have to like the thing. If you don't like it, don't worry, dude. Find something else, you know, go and look for some other kind of job, you know. So the performances and thing, it's never really like a job, you know. It is something. I mean, I'm happy when I'm stage. I'm only happy when I'm stage, you know. Before the stage, you worry, get frightened and all kind of thing. Even as a big man, you get frightened before you go, right?
You don't still get
But once you
frightened, man?
get, yeah,
You don't still get
well,
frightened?
any artist say you don't get frightened, forget them. They ain't what they're talking about. You still have that feeling before you go on, right? I mean, if you come to a talk tent, right, and you go backstage, see men walking up and down talking, men walking up and down talking to themselves, right? Until they go on, they're not at peace, you know. You see men walk like zombies in the back, like rehearsing their lines, you know what I mean, to go on. But once you hit the stage, you have no choice. You have to perform, whether you're a bus, good, bad, or indifferent. You can't, you know, you got to perform. So even if you have to make up thing on the spot, if you got to sing instead of talk, you're not going to bust. You know what I mean? But I mean,
But
up to
Dr.
the moment
Douglas,
you go on.
Dr. Douglas, or people in your talk time, people don't have foul and thing in the backstage because they kind of scared and they have to, you know, that rub a foul or something, you know, before they go on stage.
I don't know about that. No.
I hear them call them
All
someone will be rubbing the thing before they go on stage and all kind of thing. But you never hear about that? You never hear about that?
Right. You hear stories. I'm trying to tell you, it's good to hear stories. You always hear things people talking about, you know. But when I talk to them, people are always people on, you know, they prepare, you know. But it's like having resources backstage. Everybody's like a thoroughbred waiting to go on, you know what I mean? But my moment thing is that when you walk out there and the lights hit you and the crowd there, you have no choice. You have to perform. You know what I mean? Yeah, and because sometimes you go there and you say the wrong line and you do a different story, you know. You just have to say the wrong line and you start another story instead of the one you plan to do. That happened to me already. Luckily, I know my story. I go back and do it, or just tell the audience, "Sorry, you're doing the wrong thing." Sometimes you got to take in front. You have to know how to handle the situation. If you're bust, you have to know how to turn it into a joke, you know. But that is the art form. That is what you learn over the years. You know what I mean? But that thing about being nervous before a show, I've never lost it. You know, I'm not, and up till the time I go on, I'm nervous. But once I get on the stage, that's it, because you're on the stage already, and you're going to get on that stage. You're not going to bust. You may not say what you want to say, but you're not going to bust. Even if you got to pray and say, "Oh Lord," pray out loud to the audience. I came here tonight to pray for you all, right? Say, "Oh Father, hear the very, thank you very much," and go out. But you're not going to bust, you know what I mean?
But listen to this, Dr. Douglas, when you go out on the stage, you don't have a little bit of cheat notes, you don't write things on your arm. Are you calypsonian say, you know, whether do they write things on the arm, if they forget a line or something, look on the arm and they remember a whole long paragraph. You know no cheat notes when you go there?
Yeah, I have my ways of remembering. Remember, I don't speak with paper, you know, I can't use a paper. So I have to have everything in my head. And sometimes I'm talking for 2 hours, an hour each half, right? So I have to have all these stories in my head. So I have to have a system of remembering, you know, and every performer has to have a system of remembering. Some people may write it in their hand, you know, some people may put a certain sequence. You say mother, father, brother, sister, you have a sequence. So you know the mother first, the father, you know, you work with a system. Or you say the children's story first, the steelman story second. You work at some system of memory, or you just write it on a piece of paper and stick it on the ground in front of you and read it.
Right. That was saying.
Better-
That was saying.
Let me tell you something. It's better to have 3 bad minutes by looking down at the ground than to bust. You know what I mean? Because people in the audience and stripping on here, look, you read it in your hand. Look, you have it in your hand. But I mean, it's better that than you go there and you bust. You know what I mean? But you work out your system of how you do it. Sometimes you have your notes on a card, and what you call a cue card, and they have it, you know, put up somewhere where you could walk across, like you're going to give a joke and read your cue card. You know what I mean? So you always work out your system. But the point is that you have to know your work. You cannot do it unless you do the work. And the work means you have to rehearse, right? You have to have your program and you rehearse. And you have to, if you ask you for 10 minutes, you have to prepare 20 minutes in case things go over, you know, and you don't run out of material. So you learn these things over the years, you know, that 10 minutes is already 20 minutes of preparation. You know, ask you one poem, prepare 2, you know, prepare encore in case they ask you to come back. They don't want to get the same thing. So you have to have an encore verse. But all this you make look natural on the stage, but you have to prepare it. It's part of the training for stage and for performance. And this is what we learn over the years. So we train ourselves and we can train other people now because from experience, we tell them this is what we do, you know. As I say, Calypsonians would write their thing in their hand now, you know. Sometimes I do it in my hand if I'm going to introduce people. And sometimes people have a real hard name to pronounce it. And sometimes you go, the whole night you're worrying about the name in case you call the man the wrong name, right? You say he said Louis and he wanted to be saying Louis, and you have to say Louis. One day,
Yeah.
you know, you got there and say the wrong thing. You know what I mean? But I mean, what I'm talking about is experience of performance. You know, experience of being the performer. And I say most of us you learn on stage.
Anton, is
Diana, are
that
we
lady
supposed to bring that
backstage?
other young lady in?
Yeah, she's supposed to be backstage. We're asking.
No, she is backstage, but are we supposed to
Yeah,
bring her in?
to perform.
Okay, all right. So I'm sorry. Let me bring her in then. Oh, hold on, Dr. Douglas. We have a young lady here. Hello.
One
Welcome.
piece.
Welcome.
Hi, Pat.
Hi. So you are supposed to be performing a little piece, right?
Yeah.
Patricia Niles?
Yes, Patricia Niles there.
Okay. You're going to be performing a little piece for us, right?
Hi, Pat.
Yeah. Hi, night.
Hey, night, how are you doing? Okay.
Well,
Dr. Douglas, you know her?
I know I have a short time now, so I'll just say a piece.
Go ahead. Say a piece.
All right. It's called Teach Them the Facts of Life.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. For many years, taboo in the home. No one saying this little word. Education in every field, except in the area where women conceive. Sex, not that word, especially where children are concerned. Babies came in plain, they say, one kiss, you're pregnant right away. Today, embarrassing. No change in parenting. Some reacting just as their parents did. Not talking, not explaining, as though sex is not a normal thing. Today, try telling children stop, put baby in mommy tummy. They will laugh so hard. They think you're funny, telling you, I never believe you were such a dummy. Try teaching them the facts of life, not allowing others to fill their minds. Talk to them about sex, parenting, and let them know their consequences. So sad. Seeing our young child carrying this little bundle like a rag doll in her hand. A 13-year-old telling me, I'm holding the child and rocking him, and I can't believe the baby is mine. Their peers give the impression that being a virgin is a sin. You ain't do it yet? You don't know what you're missing? Tell them education is the key. stepping stone to independence. Tell them, study, study, study. That's the way of making your own money. Tell them, nothing wrong with being chased. You don't want their lives to be a waste. Don't send them out unable to strive. Their protection. Teach them the facts of life. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very
Thank you so very kind. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Let
you
me bring
very
back
much.
in. Yeah. You know, it is. We have so much talent in Trinidad and Tobago. Eh? Trinidad and Tobago is a wealth of talent. A wealth of talent, and you know, we want to see the culture because you know we have a society of multicultures, all different type of cultures. You know, Dr. Douglas, I was looking at a video. They had a carnival in China, right? And I watching these people dancing. I said, well, like they went to Trinidad and practice out the wine. And these are people in China, you know, and they're whining like Trinidadian boy. I said, what?
No, but we tend to think that Trinidad is the only place people that dance, you know. People dance all over the world. Italians just dance, you know. It's just how you dance and what the kind of context in which you dance and so on, you know. But they say, what is really a West Indian? A West Indian is what we produce, or a true West Indian, it can be judged by what he produced. Another thing we do is not original in a sense. It's a lot of stuff that other people around the world do. So I remember they asked this Arthur Lewis, who's a PhD from St. Lucia, how do you define what is it to be a true West Indian? He say a true West Indian is it can be judged by what they produce. What we produce in like steel band, for instance, we produce that's a true West Indian thing that came from us. Nobody can take that, you know, the kind of thing. So, but we are trying to say like define ourselves in terms of just dancing and calypso and this, you know, the jump. But when you go to all Africa and these places, you find people dancing and singing. You know, it's a worldwide thing in different formats. But really producing something from within, that is what makes you who you are. This is why we try to encourage people to create their own thing instead of trying to be like somebody else or try to copy and say we do it better than them. You know, better than them is not it. You know what I mean? So you have all these kind of ways of looking. You know, look at the pan. The pan is going to Japanese playing pan. I hear some fantastic bands playing in Japan.
Yep.
You know, all over the world. So steel band is only, you know, we have it in Trinidad too, but it can't remain in Trinidad forever. You know, so Trinidad has to give it a special song that will make it a Trinidad. This is a Trinidad steel band. They come from Trinidad because of the song or the way it's played, that kind of thing. But you can't keep pan locked up here. But it's gone already. It's outside, and it's, you know,
gone. But Dr. Douglas, don't you think we could do a better job of exporting our culture? I mean, it's already outside, but exporting it in such a way that many more people can benefit from the culture, can financially benefit from the culture?
Yeah, and I definitely think so. I mean, we just have not, I don't know why, done it. I mean, we have had the money. We have the money. If we really seriously want to do it, we can do it. You know, I have never understood that. And I stay out of the politics of it. I just say what I feel. That something that common sense would tell you that we have pan, we should copyright the pan. We have calypso, we should copyright the calypso. We have all these different, we should go out and, copyright it legally. We have university, we have, I know they're doing some work on that, you know. But my point, a lot of other things we have taken for granted could be copyrighted. But we hear arguments in the paper, we should do it, but nobody's sitting down and actually doing. I mean, some people must be doing now, you know, but I mean, it's how many years? But I mean, it's never too late, you know, it's there to be done. But to give it serious thought, you have to say, okay, this is it. This is $10 million. We're going to take this $10 million and we're going to copyright or get all these things, you know, copyrighted and properly protected legally and so on. It's to be done, but somebody just has to make the decision to do it and put their money into doing it. It costs something or whatever it takes to do, you know. And I am assuming they'll be doing it, or they should be doing it, or they are doing it. But I know the arguments has risen with pan and with calypso and paintings, all kinds of stuff that belong to the Caribbean that are just there, and people are taking them or copying them. I don't know. So I mean, it's a good thing to do, and but it can be done if they're prepared to just get the people, get the money, and just go ahead and do it. But I know a lot of work is being done in that area, so I don't know how far they're reaching it. I know for certain the pan at University of West Indies have been copyrighting certain kinds of pan that they're put out there and stuff.
Dr. Douglas, if you have a moment, I wanted to show you another style I write in, a brief one. That one is a personification piece I did. So I wanted to show you another style. I write in different styles, and I try to capture history in my pieces. So if you may, I will go ahead and engage you with a piece I call, "I Don't Like Wearing This Mask." I don't like wearing this mask. Why, you may ask? They're not tailored properly and they fit me incorrectly. I always feel as though I'm suffocating. No matter what kind, enough oxygen I never seem to be getting. I wonder sometimes if I'm wearing it correctly, because when I look at how some of you wear it differently, some of you wear it with your nose all exposed. Others will have them hanging from one ear, not concerned about the viral variants roaming out there. The historical data is clear. Corona and Delta, no plane, no bear. The health authorities say they're two deadly strains. I don't like wearing this mask. Why, some of you still continue to ask? It does not fit in with my style, and the world can't see my pretty smile. Some of you throw them wherever you wish. They may end up in the belly of the fish that might become a meal on your dish. I'm vaccinated, and yet still I have to wear this mask, feeling suffocated. To the anti-vaxxers, we, the mask haters, think that it is time you make up your mind to take the vaccine, because wearing this mask, the best part of my personality, is unseen. I don't like wearing this mask. This COVIDian wants the world to hear her when she laughs. To the unvaccinated, now is the time to roll up those sleeves and get inoculated while you still have a choice, because wearing this mask muzzles my voice. I don't like wearing this mask. Now, when you see me without it, please don't ask.
Well, that's definitely a COVID piece. Yeah, No, but it could be a serious piece. It could be a funny piece, depending on how you look at it. But it has a message there somewhere with the mask. And I guess asking people would relate it. The point is, when you write something like that, you have to decide what is the purpose of writing it. Is it wearing the mask, not wearing the mask? Or the mask could be a symbol for other things, lifestyle and so on. So, like poetry and storytelling, a lot of stuff, is left to the person listening.
Yes.
To take what they want out of it.
Yes.
So I sometimes I start up by saying this is what I want to say, because afterwards people I say something, I say, but that's not what I meant there. So I take in front seriously. Sometimes when I do a serious piece, West Indians love to laugh. It's not that they don't appreciate a serious piece, but they can't stay serious too long.
Correct. Correct.
So when you're doing a serious piece, you're looking for something to laugh in it. You know what I mean? If a fly pass, they're gonna laugh because the emotion, they're too caught up. They don't want to be caught up in this heavy emotion. So when you're doing a serious piece, you have to tell them this is a very serious piece I'm going to do now. Some people like to laugh, but it's a very serious piece. Then I do my piece, but nobody is laughing after that. You know what I mean? But sometimes I do Sugar George and a man say, in the middle of it, a man laughing because I say Sugar George say something, right? But it's just not that he find it funny, he just too much emotion in the piece, so he laugh, you know what I mean? So sometimes pieces affect people differently. So sometimes the writer might say, well, this is a serious piece, or you might say, well, this is a funny piece, or take in front, But most times you have to decide what is who you're trying to reach and all that kind of things. So poetry, as I say, means different things to different people depending who's listening to it, But
definitely.
But Dr. Douglas, you ever walking on and nobody say, hey, look, Tanti Mel.
Yeah, the next question is do piece for me.
That's all they are, you know what I mean?
Then meet you in the tongue and say, give me a joke. I want to hear a joke. You going about your business happy. You're happy, you're in town, you're shopping. A man wants to give him a joke. Most comedians get very annoyed about that, people who do comedy, because, um, well, I don't see myself as a comedian in the first place. And if you meet me outside, you never know I'm the person doing all the comedy because my face like a judge. You know what I mean? I look like a lawyer of some kind. So people say, but he is Paul Keens-Douglas. He's so serious, because the moment you give jokes, when they figure you're a comedian, when they meet you outside, they want to give them a joke. Hey, Paul Keens, give us a joke.
Yeah, hey, Tommy, give me a joke then, boy.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, Tommy, give me a joke there. Or when this is Sprang, and I was like, Sprang a joke and read it. Give me a Sprang a joke and read it.
So you have to know how to handle these fellas, you know what I mean? And then sometimes comedy is also a job, Some fellas work, that's what they do for a living, So when they go home, the last thing they want to do is give a joke.
Right.
Jokes all night, and that's the job, but then there come comedians who like people to ask them that, so they give a joke. They figure it's marketing, right? But to each his own, To each his own, you know what I mean? I just separate my life, private life, from my stage life. Keep the two separate. But you have to develop that from an early age, an early stage, so people don't take it for granted. You know what I mean? When you're doing comedy, you're on stage. When you're outside, you're outside. You know what I mean? You're not sour, but you ain't going to give a man a joke because he wants a joke. You have to say, well, give me $100 and I'll give you a joke. Something, some kind of comeback. To let him know, well, you're really not supposed to ask me to do a joke. This is church. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No way you're saying that makes sense,
Yeah.
Like when I come to Trinidad and a partner ain't see me for a long time, say, hey, look my partner, boy. Just call me Butty. Hey, Butty. Look how long I see you, boy. Buy my Carib now. I said, boss, look how long I see you. Buy me a Moby now. We talk done long time. We talk done. Like, you want Carib and I want Moby. You understand? The talk done. The Carib talk done long time. But Dr. Douglas, we had another guy, a person in the chat says, Chris says, true, Dr. Paul, only when Trinbagonians go to live abroad, they now truly respect the culture. Do you believe that?
Yeah, I think I think a lot of I know in my a lot of people case it's true. Not that I disrespect it, but it's that when it's at home you take it for granted because it's there. You know what I mean? It's there all the time. It's not till you go outside and you miss it that you begin to appreciate it. You know what I mean? This is why most of us who go abroad begin to write about home and write about the things at home because you're alone, and with you all easier today with all the computer and stuff. But remember when in the old days when you went abroad, you ain't coming home till you finish graduation. Nobody have money to come home every year. When you're gone, you're gone. If you take it 10 years to graduate, it's 10 years you spend abroad, no money to come home. So you could only write home at Christmas. They send home Christmas message. Remember those Christmas message every Christmas? Yeah, mommy, it's so cold up here. Your son, we having a nice Christmas. We miss you all. Eat some cake and things. So you when you're abroad, you really appreciate home. I think now it's a lot easier because we have all this contact with home. But when I was at university, now they talk about 1964. 1967. I'm at university there. We didn't have computer with a cable. You had to send a cable, and you're paying so much per word. So you're trying to make the cable as short as possible. Dear mom, no fun. Your son. Right? You ain't put it no long about daddy, please send home some money for me because I seen trouble up here. It costs too much money to say that. So you have to shorten it.
I wanted to say, Dr. Douglas, Anselm and I spoke with Anselm about perhaps having a call-in program where we have the poets from Trinidad and Tobago up and down the Caribbean call in and they perform their pieces. I'm trying to organize it to begin it sometime in the new year because I'm swamped with a scholarship that I've been awarded. The work requirement, so I don't want to take on any more responsibility right now. So I want to launch this call-in program where we get, the poets can call in and, Anselm and I will be the anchors of the program, and we let them perform their pieces, So that is a goal of mine, to provide an avenue for those unheard poets, unknown, to be heard, because there's a lot of talent I know out there, and they just need an avenue to spit, for lack of a better word.
A lot of stuff going on out there, you know what I mean? I get calls and stuff from all kind of things happening outside. You just have to select the ones that you can deal with. Some are better organized than others, but I mean, it's all avenues now with the calling, and it's good because we need the practice of using this. This is new for people like me. Performing without an audience. You need the audience. You have to write special pieces for performance without audience.
Yes.
You have to learn the technique of imagining the laugh. It's a whole thing, and it's not easy. When you're on a stage, you have the audience, you have people, you have all kind of things to help you. When you're just home trying to tell a funny story, with all that response, it's difficult for any presenter. You need the feedback from the audience. So the more you do it, the more you learn. The more you learn on the job, sort of thing. And I think this is why I do a few of them now. So to get myself accustomed to this computer virtual media thing, because that's the way everything is going these days. So the more you get comfortable with it, you don't worry about things breaking down. And we literary people worry about the technology. So when I go on stage, I don't worry about the piece, and I worry about whether the microphone working. You go there and you tell everyone the microphone off. Your mic fall down in your belly, and the microphone inside your shirt, and you're doing a poem like that, right? You're talking.
Yeah.
Because you don't have no time to microphone. I did a show one night to pull up the mic from underneath my shirt, pull up because it unclipped and it fell down inside my shirt. So I couldn't stop. So I just pulled the mic up from underneath, and I did the whole rest of the piece, holding the mic up, my shirt up to my chest. But I had no choice, you know what I mean? But I mean, you learn on the job, and I think the more virtual things we do, like these, like what we're doing now, the more comfortable we have with people performing on talking to computers and talking to virtual audiences. And I'm sure the technology will get good enough just now I'll be able to hear all feedback and things. I mean, it only a matter of time to come up with some technology that we could actually get the response.
Let me ask Patricia. Let me just bring Patricia in a little bit. Patricia, how long have you been doing poetry?
About 10 years.
10 years?
Not at all. I'm a late starter.
A late starter. And is there any particular type of poetry? I don't know if there's any particular type of genre of poetry, or poetry is just poetry. You do whatever comes to mind, Do you normally, do your poetry come to you at 4 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning, or your poetry come to you at 5 p.m. in the evening? Poetry come to people at different times. Is there any particular
watch
time
it, Anselm. Watch
that
it.
poetry come to you?
Watch it.
Yeah, but Dr. Douglas, go ahead.
Sometimes you're in the kitchen cooking, and one or two lines come to you, and you might jot it down. And then later on, you just continue with the thought based on, but most of my poems are based on experience. What I have experienced, and I always have, let's say, a message to share with others.
Okay. Yeah, Dr. Douglas, I just thought about that. When you have to write a piece, right, do you sit down and just write the piece, or the piece come to you write a certain portion, and then you finish 6 o'clock, and then all of a sudden when you're watching TV, you're watching West Indies get licked, right? And Chris Gale just whoop, and they all for duck, right? Then Nicholas Puran come in, he score 50. Then Hetmeyer come in, he score a duck. And then something come to my mind, and you go back to the piece, or is it comes all at one time?
No. I mean, usually you start to write about something. You want to write about something. There's something that you want to write about, And sometimes you write a whole poem just to say one line, right? One line you create. In other words, you create a vehicle. You create a vehicle for the line. Understand? Sometimes you can sit down and write a poem from. That's why Sugar George to me was my best piece of writing in that sense, because I wrote that from start to finish without changing anything. I just wrote it, Other things you might write, and afterwards you may change a line here, change it there, you know. But you usually start with something, some purpose. You're writing about something. The inspiration comes to you because you just have the thought, and then your mind opens and things flow. It is a creative process. Things just begin to flow out of you. Sometimes I start a story one year and I finish it the next year. You write half the story and then you finish next year. It takes 2 years to write the story. But the first part is good enough to finish it as a piece, you know. But you know it's not finished. There's something you want to say more. And as the year passes, you get the inspiration, exactly what you want to say. Because you know feel it's complete. There's something you really want to mention still, you know, and you do it. Sometimes you start to write a story about Tanty Merle and end up writing a story about Slim. It's just the way the story goes. The story somewhere in the middle, at the end of it, is not about Tanty Merle anymore. It's about some fun, you know, and that's a creative process. And a lot of stories which happen to be like that. I would start off with intentional writing. Because you could go to a cricket match and don't write about cricket, you know. You could write about a snow cone vendor. You could go to a cricket match and write about the umpire, how you stand up there. I mean, that's what you see, that's what impress you. And you just inspire a whole piece. You could go to a funeral and write about a wedding. Because somebody says something at the funeral that make you remember. Or something funny happened at a funeral, or something tragic happened at a funeral. And one more thing, and it become funny. You see, humor and tragedy are very close together. You know, what is funny for one person can be tragic for another person. You know, so so depending on you how you see the thing. So you go to funerals and you get good jokes because people doing all kind of stupidness at the funeral. And while everybody crying and saying you studying, you listening to all the stupidness, people say, well, they're wasting all this good real estate, they're burying people need land, all kind of stupidness. People are saying things at funerals. Maybe they're sad, they say things to cheer themselves up, but if you are listening, you hear some real funny things, even at weddings, you know. So you don't know where the inspiration comes from. But sometimes you get the idea, and really the creative piece just to present that idea, you know, and the whole piece is working towards saying that thing at the end, you know. So different things happen to different pieces, but most times I think trying to song and write a piece is like a laborious kind of work. It's like building a house that brick, you know. You know, you must have the inspiration to write it, because sometimes I write 10 lines and just trying to create a poem, you know, out of the blue, out of my head, and halfway through I just tear it up. It makes no sense. I can't go further because it's not flowing. And now that I write up and I sit down there and just write the whole thing right out because it just flows. It just flows. And, you know,
My inspiration comes to me like 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I always sleep with a book and a pen next to me from a young lass. So sometimes a news item, and I find whenever I get writer's block, I put on an old kitschy song, an old Kitchener record, Bomber, Valentino.
You know about them? Diana, you know about them? You know about Diana and Valentino?
Hello, Maestro.
Dr. Douglas, the reason why we ask that, Diana is a Belgian, right? Diana is a Belgian.
Hello. I was born in Trinidad and Tobago, and my mother and father is two Belgian. So he let him put that in his pipe and smoke it. You answer him. All right? Good. So I put those records on, and and the rhyming comes, and I say, okay, yeah, I know what it is I want to say. And it triggers, because psychologists say that music is the ground zero for creating. So whenever I want to create, I put on music. If I find I have a block, and I whining and I dancing and I vacuuming and sometimes I put you on too. I said, I want to tell a story with a punchline. Let me hear Paul Keens-Douglas, how he go about this one. And it sends me down a vein. I say, I think I'm gonna do it that way. So that I listened to you when I was doing money where you at. So to get, and people find when I speak, they think they hear Maya, and I have some militant pieces. I sound like a Miri Baraka. So I'm all over the place with my work, all over.
Well, one thing I could say to you as that helps me is try to imagine your audience listening to it.
Yes.
If you write for an audience, You know, sometimes when I'm writing something funny, I can actually see the audience laughing. I can see it working. I'm imagining the audience at the same time.
Mhm.
You know, and if you're not seeing them laughing, then it's not working. You know, because then you write in a piece and then you have to find the audience later on to find out if it works with them. But if you already have that, maybe this is my special gift in a way. But if I imagine the audience, I'm imagining who I'm writing for, listening to. Because remember, I'm writing for a certain kind of people.
Mhm.
I don't just write. So I write I'm writing this for West Indians. I'm not writing just for the world. Understand? I'm writing this piece for West Indians to listen to. So I'm imagining West Indians listening to this. And I could imagine the person about a Bajan laughing at this. I could imagine a Trinidadian laughing at it. I can't imagine an Englishman laughing at it. You know what I mean?
No.
It's some
There's a
piece you
girl.
write with your audience in mind, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And,
There's a
and it
girl
helps you.
called
Go ahead.
Dimensional Darky. She does those improvisational pieces very well. So I
She's
wrote
very good.
money. I wrote the money way at with her in mind to perform it. Now I would do
Yeah.
a good job at standing up and partially, speaking it, but to act it out, Dimensional Darky. I wrote that in mind for
Yeah,
Dimensional Darky to perform.
she's
I know
very
she
good.
will do a very good job of
But
This is
Dr.
why
Douglas,
yeah.
it.
you ever go on stage on bus?
Bus.
Yeah,
I go
bus. You
and,
know a bus?
well, forget skip lines. But the thing about it, people must know. The only time I bust on stage is when the microphone am working and they
Yeah.
can't hear me. You know,
Mm.
and the crowd getting on bad, and I can't help it because they're hearing. Those in the back are hearing, so they're grumbling and that kind
Mm.
of thing. But most times, if you bust on stage, you have to have a cover up how to come out of it. You know,
Mm.
and this is where the experience would come in. You
Mm.
know, because sometimes you get a blank, maybe in a memory, or sometimes you skip two verses, you skip a verse, you go, but the audience don't know. Sometimes the audience don't know you bust. They don't know
Right.
you skip two verses. You, in your mind, oh God, but
Mm.
you have to remember the audience don't know. So you could
Mm.
cover it up, and just come out of it. I mean, as I said, I've done pieces already where I began, I realized I was doing the wrong piece
Mm.
because mine is like a computer. If I say one sentence of a poem, I immediately go into the poem. If it's
Mm.
that poem, but if I just say another line in the beginning, I go into a different poem.
Mm.
And sometimes you rehearse one and you don't plan to do that one, and you start off with the other poem and you say the wrong line, and you find you've gone into the other poem. Now you could either continue it or you could just stop and say, something more already. Sometimes you have to be honest with the audience, right? You
Mm.
could say, listen, I really didn't want to do this poem now. You know, well, let me do the one I really want to do, and you just do it. I remember the stage belongs to you. When you go on that stage, it belongs to you. You don't let the audience control the stage. You decide how you could, on the stage.
Um,
If they
hello,
throw bottle at you, hello.
hello. Yes, I
Yeah.
had a thing with my an emergency. I just wanted to say this last piece that I wrote in anger. I don't know if I
Okay.
can say it before I
Yeah,
leave.
go ahead. No, go
Go
ahead. Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It was concerning the abuse situation in the country, and I wrote this. It's called Silent Killer.
Mm.
When they strike, the nation grieves. The nation feels it's placed under a carpet until forgotten, until they strike again and again. They are everywhere. They are victims, women and children. Silently they pray, committing the most gruesome crime, distortion of the mind. Cautioning statics, please do teach, dealing with their deceit, uncomfortable, disturbing, touching. Young ones, tell someone if experiencing. Mama could be in your bed, playing with your head, pretending to care. And your daughters be aware. These are the ones to really fear. Right under your nose, inside your home, victimizing their own. Silent killer on the rise. Be careful who you bring inside. Open your eyes. I beg you. Save the life of a child.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Yeah, very good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
I have to
message.
leave. My
Okay.
husband is one today and he took in twice today.
All right. Sorry to hear
Okay.
that. All right.
Oh
Thank you
dear.
so much for being with us. We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Pat.
Right, all
Okay.
the
But
best.
I would like to come again,
Sure.
Yes.
So I enjoyed the afternoon. Paul, it was nice hearing you as usual.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Take
All
care.
right, so I
All
will
right.
chat with you all again.
All right. Bye bye.
Okay.
All
Bye-bye.
right, thank
Right.
you.
Bye bye.
And I don't know, so I think I got to cut out myself now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we think we think we had you for quite a bit, and we appreciate you taking the time to come
Very
join us. But
much.
before you go, give me a little something before you go. Anything. Give me anything before you go. Anything.
Once long ago, not so long ago, and the story I telling is true. A man take a pan and with a hammer in his hand, cool so, he invented something new. It was an ordinary drum in which the oil used to come. It didn't make no particular sound. One note, maybe two. You could beat it till it blew. That was all it could do for you. Then this man get a plan with a hammer in his hand and he say, I think I understand. If the drum making one and the drum making two, hey, well then the drum could well make quite a few. So the man take the pan with the hammer in his hand and he stooped down there on the ground. And he heat it, and he beat it, and he stretch it, and he mark it, and the pan start to make a new sound. Ting, 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 ting. And that's how the steel band was born. Thank you.
Yeah, man. We want to thank you so very kindly, Dr. Paul Keens-Douglas. This is a pleasure, man. Any closing words before you go?
Well, thank you for having me. Let's do it again sometime,
Yeah,
and
we will
keep
do it
safe
again,
up there in
man.
New York. Keep safe up there. Everything is well. We hope things get better than worse, but we still are plugging away. And what can I say? Keep doing what you're doing. Once you enjoy doing it and you're spreading joy and you're making the connections, I think you're in the right path. And thank you very much for having me. Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
sir.
much, Dr. Douglas.
Thank you very much,
Dr.
sir.
Douglas.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
So long.
Here we go. So, of course, folks, we're going to go for a quick station identification. It's In the Village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, we come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Let's go for a quick station identification.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
So we are back with you. It's In the Village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. Again, what we go say, but we keep raising the bar, you know what I mean? Some of my PNM friends send me a message and tell me, hey, Anselm boy, it's the first time we actually look at that program.
Oh boy.
So slowly but surely, Tommy, one by one, bar, open them in, boy. One by one.
One by one, they all fall.
Yeah, to deal with all them people in the all them people and them in the chat. Listen, the man even leave good yet. Who you think is the first one starting to make noise? Not that fella. No, not that fella.
Not the Horner.
No, not he. The other
DMC?
one. No, the other one. The one who living on the island.
Oh, Ellis.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, I doesn't know what to do with them now. But I see Nadia get a good comment about the boy. Nadia, wait, you gone? No, he say, Wall Street, give us a little poetry now. Here was Great is the PNM and we shall prevail. Yeah, boy.
Lord.
We love you,
Yeah.
so we take good care of you. Only the PNM understands.
Oh God, oh God, oh
We love you, so we take
Sure,
good care of you. Only the
But
PNM
you know, I
understands.
didn't choose to perform, but I've written quite a few songs in it.
You want to perform one? Your extempo one? Tommy, let me stop you. Let me stop you.
No, don't stop me. Don't stop me.
No, wait, now, man. Listen, now, man. Tommy, if it ain't
For me, I
good,
don't want to have any nightmares, okay?
Tommy,
no.
Tommy,
You
rehearse
think I'm a
first
love
now.
child and joke?
I don't
Tommy,
want to have any nightmares.
Tommy, rehearse first
You
now.
you,
You gotta
you
rehearse
think I'm a
now.
love child and joke? You know, you don't know how many hats I've worn, but I've been a performing artist. You know, I've been a recording artist too.
Oh dear.
No, this is true.
Oh
I mean,
dear.
I don't like to blow my horn
Oh dear.
or share.
Oh, no, do you I thought you're going, but hey, look, mother, young lady coming, boy. Melissa, how you doing?
Melissa.
Hey, Melissa, what going on? What going on, girl?
Somebody
Melissa,
say
where
you're
you
looking.
living?
Somebody say you're looking like Steve Harvey.
Who's that?
Island.
Boy, look now. Boy, hey, listen here. Listen here, Ellis Island, you're lucky I don't cuss enough.
Oh,
You're lucky I
Oh.
never cuss. I don't cuss enough. I don't cuss. Nadira, how you going? Nadira, how you going? Hey, look, Darren Prasad come. Darren, where you was, boy?
Somebody
missed
making mango armchair.
You missed the old night.
Tommy, you have to go and
Yeah.
get mango armchair from Lana.
Yeah. Hey,
oh, I'm gonna find my way there.
Melissa,
Lana, he coming for some armchair.
where Melissa? Melissa, where you located? Was Melissa in Jersey?
Why you want to know where the woman located? No, were you
What?
the FBI?
But I was
None of your
asking, I
business.
was asking people where they located.
Melissa,
So why
you
you getting
don't
in my
have to
business?
disclose your
But why you
location.
getting? I asked. Your
He
name is
don't pay
Melissa.
he don't pay no bills at your house.
But I'm asking Melissa a question. Why you answering
Melissa, I am your lawyer. A lawyer.
Melissa, where do you live? Where
None
do
of
you
your
reside,
business.
Melissa?
None of your.
What
None of
state
your
you live in,
business.
Melissa?
None of your business.
Hey, I ain't see somebody tonight, you know. Who is this boy? Who we see tonight? See Raj.
Fish cake.
No, Lana.
I went on a live that your people was having, your red drinking people in Tobago. Only 72 people was there, boy.
Where?
Your red drinking people was having a live. And who's the other lady? Not the lady that can't play no sports. And she's sports minister.
Tracy?
No.
I want to know.
The
I
other
want to know
one.
why Rose want to vex with me. I don't want to
The
vex
other
with
one.
Rose.
The other one.
Oh, I know you're talking about the other representative for Tobago.
Yeah, right.
Alana Webster Roy.
She was talking and only 72 people was on the live.
So what wrong with that?
Well, night before when the PDP was there, they had tons, they had like 400 and 500 people on the live.
So what does that mean?
Twiggy had a live where she said, well, listen here, people fed up.
Let me call Twiggy and see Twiggy will come on. Let me call
Twiggy too bad, you know.
Hold up. I'm gonna call Twiggy. I'm gonna call Twiggy right now.
Well, I go through that. I want some Twiggy, and she does eat with a spoon like me.
Yeah. Let me call she and see if she will come on. Hold on, Only I'm gonna call Twiggy.
Oh God, damn it, girl.
Hold on. I can't put Twiggy on here because Twiggy might cuss.
Twiggy, that make girl, boy. That make girl.
I'm gonna call Twiggy and see if she will pick up the phone.
Twiggy does make me laugh.
Hello. Yes, Twiggy. We are I'm not putting you on air, right? This is Wall Street, right? But
tell Twiggy I want to talk with you. Why you on air?
Somebody on the program said they want to talk with Twiggy. I said I'll call Twiggy and see if Twiggy will pick up the phone and see if she'll come on.
Twiggy eat your saltfish and pak choi
right,
rice and you ain't give me none.
All right. Now Twiggy says she don't want to come on. You get she vexed.
Twiggy. She said what?
Twiggy says she don't want to come on. Yeah, you get she vexed.
Oh,
Oh,
she Twiggy vex. Twiggy real vex.
Yeah, to give X.
Twiggy vex with everybody. Twiggy
Hey,
so
eat
and
Chris,
saltfish rice
Chris, welcome.
she pak
Wait now.
choy. Oh God.
What?
now,
I see a new person there. Hold on, who's that new? Oh, Lana there, boy. I see Lana. Nizam Mohammed, welcome. I
no,
just
When
see
but
I go
somebody
when I
strange
go
in there.
Trinidad, I go and look for Twiggy. Me and Twiggy had a bounce a bear.
oh
Huh?
Lord.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I
but nobody wished us a happy and a SOE.
the SOE done today.
It done midnight last
Yesterday?
night.
It done me. So it is only
Yeah.
doing. I hear the cases rising and
Is it any different in the United States?
well, you
Or,
know,
The
or,
that's
whole
what
or,
that.
world,
or,
the whole world has to deal with the same issue. It's rising
Mhm.
everywhere, and guess what? We all have to live with it and manage it as best as we can. We all,
Diana, Diana and Tommy, I promise I was going to call the fella by name tonight,
Who that?
right?
uh,
I say, I meditate today. I say, all right. I
oh,
say, boy, I say, Wall Street, whatever you do, boy, you got to call the fella by his real name. You
Who
can't
that?
call him by the other name you just call him. And I
oh,
meditate and I say, I feel he go change his ways tonight too. I feel so. Right? But here what he say.
Mm.
Here what he say. Real music on Douglas politics. And I come back to listen to this stale man again. You see?
oh.
So the meditation out the window. Little Ron Horner, go back and sit in the corner, please. Right? I'm meditating. You know when you meditate, things will be good. I do Claudia, Nadira, Melissa, Lana, Rose, Takesha, Marcel Brave Boy, all of you. Send me some spiritual meditation so I could deal with this. I could deal with this.
Hey, Aslam, give him love, give him love, give him love.
Some
But yes,
what?
I get,
80% of the people getting frost shot. The cases. What is frost? What is a frost shot?
what is
Tommy,
that?
Beats
Rajvi
me,
say.
beats me.
Mm. Wait, Lana says she putting away some char for you.
I
For
know,
trouble.
but it's getting Rose upset. I can't make Rose upset.
Ooh,
Rose done tell me she vex.
Lana wa
ooh.
param. Lana wa param.
Call me what you want. I'm a custom Ron. Little Ron Horner. Ronnie. Little
Oh,
old.
oh,
Oh,
oh
Ronnie
Lord.
boy.
I
You,
bet he pouting again, right?
Ronnie boy, you gotta go in the corner and play with your toy. Oh,
Oh,
Ronnie.
oh Lord.
Poor boy.
Diana, stick to poetry, please.
Hey, watch yourself. Watch yourself. When you press the
Leave,
key on the piano, I can
leave,
sing to it.
Wait now.
leave singing for me.
Oh, please.
Wait.
Please.
Oh, you
No.
never heard me. When you
No.
hear me, then
Uh,
you would say, "Oh my gosh,
oh, please.
how did you
Uh,
ever not make it?"
oh, please. Hear what Dr. Paul Douglas said. Your
Mm.
audience. All right. Good.
Oh, no, wait. Look now. Look this one here.
Who that?
Caribbean. Who's that? Sweet.
I don't know. I don't know who that is. I'm not seeing it.
Caribbean Soul Titi. And Slim, you
All
go sweep them out on the 30th, boy. Breadstick here. That breadfruit?
right.
Nah. Eh, wait now. All you, Chris, is that breadfruit? I mean breadstick?
That breadstick ain't bad looking at all.
No, that is not him. He team somebody picture.
Oh shoot.
I see real
Is-
picture. That is picture in the underground report. The puppy picture in the underground report.
Oh.
I see picture.
So is it
Huh?
breadstick or bread nut?
Eh? No, it's breadfruit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, wait.
Breadfruit.
Rose want you to sing with your sexy voice, Tommy.
Okay. Let's share this joy of life together. We can live in harmony with each other.
And Slim are
We
going
can
and
make
coming
this
back
world a better place
later.
with love and understanding. Come on, Diana, behave yourself. Anyway.
No, she had to run.
Oh, she had to run.
Yeah. Oh,
He
hey,
gone? He done?
Melissa said, yeah, she come back. She was a quick run. That was a jog around the she jog around the center table.
She lost 10
Melissa
pounds.
said, all you have any Christmas giveaway for all loyalists?
Oh, there, yeah, I
Yeah,
heard so.
we giving away bread food.
I heard so. That they get the red hampers being given away by the red hot. But wait a minute. A lady, a reporter lady, stand up by the red house, which she signed, and nobody in arrest she. By the pavement, and I was gonna go walk, and only tell me I go get arrested. Yeah. The girl stand up there with she signed, and she signed say but she ain't get arrested. She signed to open the MC beach.
Nah, Diana, as soon as you go, you're getting arrested.
How am I going to get arrested?
Come to the airport,
how I
and
go?
they see your name?
For what?
Diana Waveney Benskin McDonald, right? They tap in your phone, and they listen to all your conversation.
Well, let them listen now. Let them listen.
Everything you have to say.
Let them listen.
They have golden bracelets waiting for you.
They have golden bracelets waiting for me?
Golden bracelets waiting for you.
Let them go ahead.
A special type of bracelet for you.
What are they going to arrest me for?
For anything. They could arrest you for anything.
Sedition.
For what?
Sedition.
What do you mean?
Yes, seditious behavior. I like that one.
What sedition? Well, hello.
They say she encouraged all the protests, all the bacchanal and mayhem in this sport.
What is that? Stay to the front. That is the protest there. Stay to the front.
What's sedition? You're suffering the people, and people not supposed to.
Not sedition. You're seditious behavior.
We call it salacious, salient. I don't care. You're suffering the people. The people are hungry. The people starving, and you're suffering. The prisoners suffering in jail. The women hungry. People sleeping in Eddie Hart Savannah.
People suffering in Connecticut. There are people suffering in Connecticut.
But they go get help if they apply for help.
You go get help when?
They gonna get help. The social network system here will help them. You can't get help. You can't talk here. You can't talk this. You can't. No. They live in the Republic of.
We have too much skullduggeries in Trinidad and Tobago.
They're living in the Republic of Trinidad. They're living in the Republic of Trinidad, not Trinidad. And I come in through the airport and only want to arrest me for what? Let me don't call up me. Let me don't call up me a Motley on them. I go call up me a Motley for
Nadira says she will make cake for you guys when you come to Trinidad. Tommy, before you come back to Trinidad, go by Nadira and collect the cake and bring it back, eh?
Yep.
Right?
Okay.
Nadira, you're on tap,
by who? Nadia or Nadira?
Nadira. But if you go by Nadira, you got to go by Rose, you got to go by Lana. Yeah, you know, so you're in trouble.
Whatever you do, don't go by looking around horn, eh?
Nope.
No.
You know where he live.
Hey, Tommy, you don't want to go up that street, boy.
Oh, Lord. I am so comfortable in Toko. I don't know if I want to go anywhere.
If you go up that street, you have to walk sideways. You have to go sideways when you're walking up that street. You can't walk. You can't walk. Hey, Richard Ramoop, welcome, boy. Let me see what happened in the bag over there, boy.
What? I mean, the lady stand up with your sign, open the MC beaches. That's right. But
I don't blame she, you know.
It don't make no sense. You're opening up the water park, but you ain't opening up the beaches.
I don't blame her. I'm watching the sea, just watching the sea, stand up on my porch, watching the sea, and I can't go in it.
Thank you. Her name is, what was her name? I can't remember her name. Give it an N. You go, my Indian sister. If I was there with you, I'd be holding up a sign too.
Yeah. Dana, Rose says she will pray for me tonight because she's feeling romantic tonight.
Oh Lord.
Rose, thank you so much. Rose, thank you so much.
Rose, baby, care.
Maybe you gonna pray for me too? How about you,
Rose better be
Melissa?
careful. She don't go and get catch.
How about Haley? Is Haley in the chat? Haley in the chat. Lana, are you praying as well? What about you, Claudia? Chris, are you praying for me too? No,
I
no,
ain't praying for you.
Takesha, are you praying for me as well?
I ain't praying for nobody. Yeah, open up the beach.
Oh
Yes,
God.
indeed.
All you see, all I want to open up the beach and next thing spread all
Open
over the
up the
country.
beach. What
All
do
you
you
see
spread all over?
all you see like the
But it,
super spreader that day in
Yeah,
Westmoreland,
Nazma
the
Mullah,
party.
thank you, Nutscake.
but
Yeah,
that,
Nazma, my Indian
but
sister, she stand
but
up there with she pants and she towel and she said, open up the MC beach. And I say to them, do the same, open up the beach, open up the MC beach.
but it's
With the MC beaches.
Huh?
but guess
With the
what?
MC beaches.
If you figure out what the MC beaches is,
But
Tell me
it's
what part that beaches?
it's up Buller
I
Street.
oh Lord, all you too good.
It's Macquarie.
Oh, Gary jumped in.
All right, my creep.
It's in Macquarie.
That's the abbreviation for my creep.
Yeah.
Hey,
You want to go
Albert
deep sea
Montano,
diving?
welcome, boy. As soon Albert, you're coming just like you're coming just like the other fella now, you know. You're coming
Only
just
way
like
the government police in Trinidad could do anything is if
yeah.
Wall Street make it happen. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
You're
you. Who
you're
they want
coming
to who they want to arrest? I coming in as a
Albert
tourist
Montano, you're
and they want
coming
to
just like
arrest
Ellis
me.
Island now. Arrest?
Nah,
Donna,
arrest?
boy, Donna, listen, I don't have the bail money for you already.
Alright, give me the bail money because ain't nobody arresting me.
Hey, Donna,
Please.
I prepare your bail money for you.
Ain't nobody gonna arrest me. They better
Boy.
not put no handcuffs on me because
Boy.
I'll sue the pants off all of them.
Donna Benskin, waiting for you to
Good.
come in that. They're waiting for you to come.
Waiting for who?
And you and Gary Griffith no longer the police commissioner, right? the fella who get the gold, the fella who get his silver and gold, right? Supervising murders in Trinidad and Tobago. Who get the silver and the bronze? Gary Griffith, he no longer in power. You see him? He all over all the radio station and trying to beg for you work back. Boy, look, Gary Griffith,
Guy,
leave
he ain't
people
begging
alone.
for no work back.
He
He
begging
don't want
for you work back.
No, he ain't begging back for you.
Man.
So, but they're taking all his ideas and putting them into motion now. The
what ideas?
Community policing and all that.
That fella have any ideas?
Mm-hmm. Richard Ramroop come back with he sell he fig to take care of the
You come back with that fig talk again, buddy.
He sell all the fig.
You don't regurgitate things in here, you know. We just come with new things, man. Come with something new around.
Yeah, you ain't grow a banana tree yet. But nobody ain't gonna find that fig.
What?
Oh God!
Ask what nuts cake? What nuts cake, sir? Oh, Rose want to know where Buller Street at. Ask them to run Honor.
Oh Lord! Oh dear!
A yellow birdie send me that picture. Let me get the picture again for you. Let me get the picture. A yellow birdie.
Wait. They go send who's Xander for me? Who's Xander?
Who's Xander is? Come on, man.
Who's Xander?
And listen, and all the talking about I don't know people. I know who's Xander is.
Beyond the tape.
You mean that ugly man? Let me tell you, I got a brother bigger than he, and I kicked his T-A-L-E. Oh yeah, Xander small fry. Xander, all of a sudden Xander for me.
Yeah, what's Xander for you?
without any weapon. As you think Xander could take me on, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Little Ron Horner says right opposite Wall Street resident is Buller Street.
La Perouse Cemetery.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Yeah, Lana. Just so Xander needles. Xander, please. He just a big blowhard.
Oh, you call him on that?
He's a big blowhard. Let me tell you, when I was a tinier lass, I went to school with a fella like he, right? And he came with his fast self and lift up my skirt. Go and find him now, nah. You have a mark in your head when no hair don't grow. Why?
Oh,
all right. Because I fix him. for lifting up my skirt. Oh yeah, I sure did. A big blowhard, you know. And my friend and them tell him, hey, leave Benny alone, you know. Please a blowhard, please.
What you call him on that?
He's a big blowhard. Big blowhard.
A yellow body, St. Mary Street. A yellow body, and they say, and you see all this sign in front of it, the same proper sign says no entry.
Good night, Nadira.
Oh,
She said, ask them, Mr. Toko, good night.
What? Tommy, he said, he begged the PNM to proper sign. I says no entry. The PNM put it up quick. In less than 24 hours, he get his sign. Right? And the steady PNM don't do nothing for them. You see? The man get his sign. Right? Yeah, but I say I meditate. I say, well, I'm leaving the fella alone. Eh? I'm not saying anything to the young man. Eh? I leave him alone.
Albert says that street starts at La Perouse Cemetery and runs to French Street in Woodbrook.
Nah.
But you know what?
Nah.
I don't know. I ain't from Lavender.
No, Albert boy. That street is actually when you go up past this street, it have Bulla grocery store because little run owner send me all the facts. Well, no, the little yellow body give me all the facts before they tell me the other thing. They say, well, what they say boy, Wall Street boy, don't tell the fella in the chat, right? He last two initials MC. I say MC. I say who? I say boy, you're cussing me. You know, he said, nah. That is not. I ain't cussing you. He said, you know, in the chat. So there is some information. Yeah. So he sent me information. Again.
And when I was the other day is like 10 years ago, I found out where Boogmala Trace is.
Where who?
Boogmala Trace.
Boogmala
Trace. See, you think you know Trinidad.
No, you ain't pronouncing the name correctly.
Well, let me hear how you say it.
Boogmala.
Boogmala Trace.
Yes, like... Rose. Yes, Rose, we can meet by the lighthouse.
Oh, God.
Watch. Look, breadstick. Caris, and some can't believe I'm nice with the ugly self.
Oh, dear.
Man, thief somebody put it on Facebook, yes. man, thief a face.
Am I saying it right? Boogmala Trace.
Boogmala Trace. Not Malatrace, Malatrace.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
It's not trace. It's Anselm said it's Boogmala Trace.
Thank you. See, you from Lavender, so you. And it's only the other day I find out. I said, "Oh, this is really the great Boogmala Traces." I said, "Oh, I used to hear about it, but I never know where it was." And I really see the sign. I say, hey, look at this.
Hey, but you see, Diana, look. Even carrot cake corrected me. Thank you, carrot cake. Words right, Diana. You see?
Huh?
Yeah.
You see what Haley said?
Excuse you?
Haley asking about the Skyway. She said, Wall Street, anybody ever drive off that highway in the sky in New Jersey? She's talking about the Skyway.
All the time.
What Skyway is that? Nah. What's she talking about?
When you leave it, Holland Tunnel coming towards Newark. The Skyway.
Oh, the Pulaski
Skyway.
Pulaski Skyway, yeah.
All the time.
Nah, people don't drive off that.
People don't drive off that. People don't drive off that at all.
Google it. How many accidents are off this Pulaski Skyway? Google it. You go see.
Nobody say what accident. People say we drive off.
Drive off. Yeah, people don't drive off that.
But that is accident.
No. Driving off the Skyway meaning that you come off you fly off the road or something. The people don't fly off that road.
People don't just drive off deliberate. That's an accident.
But nobody. I never. For almost 50 years, I've traversed that road.
So you
and I've never known of anyone who flew off the Skyway.
You don't know anybody, so Google it and you'll see.
What? People who drive off the Skyway, Pulaski Skyway?
No, it's well guarded. The guardrails are 45.
Google it, Diana Benskin.
Let me get let me get my laptop and Google it too.
Drive off the Pulaski Skyway.
Accidents off the Pulaski Skyway.
No, you said drive off.
Accident. Has to be an
accident. You think that a Skyway that they got an accident, Diana Benskin?
Must have accident, but nobody never drove off.
Who asked the question? Do you mean drive off or accident? Go ahead.
Diana Benskin, it's not an army. Army is in Iraq. There are arms in Iraq. Go ahead.
And I got two of them, left and right.
What's going on with the boat all tonight?
What do you mean?
How many people ever drove off the Pulaski Skyway?
Okay. Where's the answer?
That's why I'm Googling it. You'll see.
I was gonna.
You know, Ron say, up in Bulla Street, some people hold him up, and he tell them, fellas, don't hold him up, hold him down.
Oh God. Oh no.
He said,
no.
He said some men come up in Bulla Street to look for him, and they hold him down. He said, tell him don't hold him up, like.
No.
He tell him to hold him down, hold him down. Oh God, oh! Lord have his mercy. Hey.
One drop. No, that's one drop.
Melissa one?
I don't know.
Wait now. Albert Montano say he live in Belmont, Woodbrook, Pretty Valley, and Cascade. Oh, good. Boy, Albert, boy. Real upscale area, boy. Belmont. Only check this, eh? Listen where Albert went from. He went from Belmont to Woodbrook to Pretty Valley to Cascade, you know.
Oh.
You know what that's like? That's like going from I could get tongues in here, but people ain't gonna really know, right? So that's like going from Goodwood Park. No, like going from Maraval to St. Anne's to Pretty Valley to Goodwood Park. That's an example. That's an example right there. You ain't yet?
So Diana, give us the verdict.
I'm reading here. It's got a whole lot here. The speeds contribute to a high number of crashes. Okay.
Yeah, but nobody flew off. Nobody flew off the Skyway.
No, Tommy. You see, you don't call Google that.
Okay, FLEW. She said drive off.
You see,
drive off meaning drive off is the same thing. Mean that you come off the Skyway, drive off.
Accident.
No.
Yeah, you men hard headed. I ain't arguing with you.
You know something, Diana? I don't know what English language you are talking, but I know the English language differently.
By the 1950s, they said it was used as a suicide lane, and by the 1950s, the Skyway was seeing over 400 crashes a year, and with the aluminum medium bar was added in 1956. Oh, they want me to continue reading?
So how many people drove off this side? How many people drove off this Skyway? How many drove off and winded up in the ditch?
Wait now. I'm reading. The Skyway was a what? Building in the Jersey Turnpike. Blah 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 blah.
Who Gary?
400 crashes.
Gary?
Yeah, crashes, not drive off.
Gary?
We don't know. Gary not there. We don't know if they drove and where they ended up.
I know. I would have heard for the whole time I've been there. I would have heard if while I was there if anybody drove off.
Tommy. We live here. I used to drive that Pulaski Skyway at least once or twice a week.
When I worked for CBS, I used to ride my motorcycle. Ride my motorcycle over the Skyway. Sometimes I ride in 100 miles an hour coming over the Skyway.
I feel that I'm talking about a bridge in Connecticut.
I am proud to say that because I was young, dumb, and full of crap.
But it was used as a suicide lane for passing slower traffic. So suicide means hello.
Oh yeah, a car commit suicide.
You know what? Who got to be driving the car? A human being. It was used as a suicide lane. Okay, so don't go there with me.
So why your car crash into our next car? Eh?
Only
Yana
men
Ben
hard
Skin.
headed.
Yana Ben Skin.
Only men hard headed. I ain't arguing with all them. I go
All
find
right,
I go find a statistic.
yeah, look for it. Look hard.
Not now. I go
Look
find
at
a
nah.
break next show.
Yeah, you gotta use you might have to go back and use AOL search engine or Yahoo. You gotta use Yahoo. All right. So listen up, all you all you see that? The PSC appointed six new people, boy. Thing done.
Yep.
The thing done. All you could say, all you want 6 new
It's a
people.
wrap.
And Gary Griffith still fighting one of them.
Oh Lord.
Gary Griffith go in the corner like little run horner, eh? You go in the corner with it too. Hey, yeah, good news, boy. West Indies go host ICC cricket in 2024 the United States of America, boy. I'm going to all them games. Any games I have here in America are going. Right? and here the next one. Look at my game. GG. Right? Hines should prevent crime surge and not just predict it. But I don't understand something, eh? Only help me here, right? You are a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. You was the commissioner of police. You reveling in trying to create this aura, this perception that you always created. That so because I'm no longer there, crime and rampant, crime and the rise in Trinidad and Tobago, and it's because I'm no longer there. Right?
But listen, Anselm. I take issue with the Minister of National Security trying to make a big deal of the fact that he's expecting this crime surge and this. Come on, what happened? He's trying to give that life.
But he and Gary Griffith trying to give a certain thing a life as well, and the Minister of National Security, like he drink the same thing what Gary Griffith drink then. Both of them in the same since bars open the other day.
Watch and see what happened in a few months in the country. Watch, take your
Well,
time. Take your time and watch you go see what happened in the
But
country.
Gary, why are you wishing bad in the country, man?
But it answer is what happening. It's what happening. It's not wishing bad. Look what
when
happened.
Statistics, when he start, the police saying one thing and the former commissioner of police saying the next thing. Where's the stats?
But the newspaper reporting the women, they finding women murdered, killing. It going downhill. It going downhill.
Diana, I don't disagree with that.
If you cry wolf, you're gonna see wolf.
Right, but the numbers, what Guy Griffith said in the last 18 months, there's been 50 more murders and watch it. I'm gonna look into them numbers, eh? I'm gonna look into them numbers. I'm going to do that. Right? And look, we have only 3.8% of COVID fatalities fully vaccinated. All you hear that? All you hear that? Only 3.8% of COVID fatalities fully vaccinated.
So what does that say? We're having some fatalities with fully vaccinated people.
But 3%, that means 97%.
3% is nothing. Come on,
that means 97% are not vaccinated.
Gary, 3%. All right, Gary, take 5%. Take 5%.
Hello. You hear what I'm saying? Vaccinated or not, follow the same protocols. Wear your mask and wash everything possible.
Oh Lord, if what's working for you, right?
Gary said, wash everything possible.
If what's working for you, but the best water is to get in the salt water. That will wash. That's the world's washing machine, and they close that down.
Yeah. So I see a fella attacking my friend who has assisted me for our citizens to get free quarantine for those who can't pay and help me to the extreme. Words cannot explain the kind of help I got from this person who is being condemned publicly for being part of the lying team of the government. But this person is a doctor. This person is not part of the cabinet. This person is part of the Ministry of the Health as a doctor. She's not a politician. Okay? And this individual has helped me with transitioning our students, our people who could not afford to pay for quarantine, all the medical issues relating. So I cannot sit here quietly while this individual gets up and criticize this individual who's a doctor in the Ministry of Health for lying. There is no reason for this doctor to lie. If the government wants to twist what the doctors are reporting to suit their fancy, that's something different. Say that. But the
Yeah,
doctors are
Gary.
coming with the facts. How the government manages the facts and utilize it is a different thing. You cannot blame the doctor. The doctor will not come here and lie to you in the public. That's against the law for a doctor to do something like that. And can be penalized heavily.
Eli says,
ladies and
Gary
gentlemen,
Difford
I'm
failed
speaking
because he
about
want to fight fire with fire.
Dr. Miriam Richards. Okay.
Want to see Gary?
All right. So somebody went up there calling her all kind of liar and this and that and the other. Okay. And I cannot sit here quietly and allow that to happen, knowing to the fact how closely that she worked with me in assisting every one of our citizens in resolving issues, up close and closer.
Yeah, but that poll has to be true.
Which one is it?
Slim, the one that you have up now, 73%. Say yes.
I just I just post the poll. I
think I sent you a
post
copy of the
info.
picture, Anson.
Which one is
up
that?
on their Facebook page.
Do you think that the removal of the SOE is linked to December 6th THA elections?
And they find 50 million to give Tobago all of a sudden. They want the buying votes. Yeah, I like Twiggy say with the nasty tricks. You know, they're trying to dangle trinkets in front of the Tobagonian eye.
But Diana, you see Diana, all your.
Don't tell me that. Hey, don't tell me all you. Don't even go there. What? No. What it is, the PNM with a dirty, nasty, stinking tricks. That is what it is. I calling it what it is. That is dirty trick load. They acting like Christopher Columbus.
Diana, you don't want to get arrested at the airport. Behave.
They dangling. I don't care. They dangling tricks.
Tommy, that's a done deal already. That's a done deal already.
I will call Mia Motley, and Mia Motley will have to let me go out call Joe Biden in the tail.
Come to Trinidad. She will come to Trinidad.
Let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. My vision, my perception of the government, the establishment, I call them, Trinidad and Tobago, thumbs down. Because if you're stifling the people down there, and then you want to arrest me because I am a voice for the voiceless, well then thumbs down to you. And then you go on to Tobago. Now Tobagonians tired of them. Twiggy said that I don't care. They let them lock me. And I rebuke that. Let me tell you something, yeah?
And you ain't going no Christmas.
Let me tell you something, yeah? Twiggy said that the young people tired of the PNM and the nonsense. And they have old people who was die hard, red and ready, they jumping ship. They're fed up. People are fed up with the PNM. And under this pandemic, I guarantee you they are not going to win back Tobago unless they pull some kind of skullduggery. The people tired. They're fed up. You cannot go on with the same nonsense over and over. They're fed up.
In the beatum.
They're tired and fed up.
Turned yellow for the last election, you know.
They're tired and they're fed up. Tired and fair. You can't treat people the way you're treating them now and expect them to go, oh yeah, we go and stick my finger in the ink for the same kind, the licks. No, they're tired and they're fed up. They come with something different now, and you have this man that buffing people, and then you gonna say that they're gonna arrest me? Why do them? I just been a voice for the voiceless. You're gonna arrest me? I make no threat against nobody. I've always respected the Prime Minister when I make a call to him or anybody in their cabinet ministry. I have never disrespected anybody, never made any threat to anybody. I speak for the voiceless. And if they have a problem with that, that is their business. Go and drink some Bajan tang or Jamaican tang or whatever. I don't care. You understand? I go always say what I have to say because I know wrong from wrong and right from right. How you're treating the people in Trinidad and Tobago is wrong. And you're going out to Tobago and dangle trinkets in front of them and think Tobagonians stupid? No, they're not. They're not stupid. They're smart. I have mingled with those people. I have frequented Tobago and they know me well in a certain village. They are not stupid people here. They're more, let me tell you, they're more patriotic than Trinbagonians. They're clannish kind of people. Once they embrace you, you are well received. You think you could go and dangle trinket in front of them? Try it now. Try it now. You get them a 50 million? Okay, fine. We go take the 50 million, but we ain't voting for you. They're tired. They're fed up. They're tired of it. It's stupid. I don't live there and I'm fed up with them. I am sick of them. I'm tired of them. Every time I've gone there before, and I often wondered why. Why I can't get nothing done in Trinidad and Tobago. And I thought it was a personal thing with me. But now I know it's corruption up and down the whole system.
They want you pass something on the
I'm
left-hand
sick of them.
side.
I'm tired. Fed up
On
of
the
all of them.
right-hand side.
I'm tired of them. I ain't passing nothing no way. And they don't want to give me back my ID card. Keep it and get it to a Venezuelan. Maybe they could work and pay taxes on it. And I will come and claim my NIS.
Oh.
I'm
Oh,
tired of
boy.
them. I am all tired of them. I'm fed up of them.
Diana, your lamentation is making me tired too.
I'm tired of them. Fed up. Your my lamentation making you tired. Look at this. Tommy, you had to assist a friend. You had to assist a friend of mine. You had to assist a friend of mine the other day, right? I asked you to do good. She is a representation of what I am constantly doing. Huh? You're giving women contract work.
You know, but I don't understand you sometimes.
I'm fed up.
You don't understand me? You feel like if 90% of Trinidad starving. That's how you just talk sometimes. Like, due to this pandemic, 90% of the people in Trinidad starving. But Tony just tell you, you know what the people driving new car? Eh?
Well, you do.
Why they sell the new car there,
maybe that's in Toko. Maybe that's in Toko. Maybe that in Toko. Maybe they have foreign connection. But when you go to the on the ground people, the poor people, the suffering people, I ain't looking at that. Trinidad and Tobago is a society where everybody tries to keep up with the Joneses. You know that too. They try to keep up with the Joneses and they try to show off. Why should you sell your car?
Take PTSC, take public transportation.
What family? Oh, please.
Living at home with your parents.
Please.
You buy a little new car and
there is no work for people.
You should have a new car and your family starving.
No, there is no work for food. No, there is no work for people.
I am saying some people are able to purchase a new car because they were living at home. Okay, that's why they were able to purchase a new car. And if they come and lose
sell a new car and buy food.
If they come and
why should they sell a new car and buy food? Why
people starving?
Why are they starving?
Because of the pandemic.
And because the government did not supply them with the social network system. All right? You give them a sort of false promise. Imsbert and his gang, your friend and his gang are fed up with him. Right now, your friend, right now, the bald head one. Right now, I'm tired talking to he about that stranded lady in England. I fed up calling the man.
When I support you on that, Diana Benskin, Did I support you on that?
I'm tired. I call Emery Brown. I call Dr. Rowley. I call the last next body I'm gonna call is Ethelbert Hines. You all need to get this woman home. I am tired and fed up with you all. The woman stranded because of Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley draconian exemption policy. You all need to get a ticket, get her tested, and put her on a flight and get her home to her family she has not seen in 2 years. I'm tired and fed up with the government of Trinidad and Tobago standing in the necks of its people. Don't tell me no foolishness. I feeling it. I'm fed up with them.
You know, I have to agree. I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you that you're so right, because I mean it's just unconscionable that for this long people are going through this kind of agony and grief. It's crazy.
Tommy,
you know,
I'm tired and fed up now.
We fight for exile and stranded citizens.
I sent in the
That was our main fight here in WZYE 95.9 FM.
lady, right?
True.
And she sent him a voicemail on his situation. The High Commissioner in the UK still acting like they thought everything was good with her. The young lady sent a voicemail. The Prime Minister.
Gary, Gary, let me say this, right, Gary? Let me say this, right, Gary?
I'm fed up.
Once the leader of the country was aware of what happened to that woman, that lady should have been in Trinidad forthwith.
Talk your talk.
That lady should have been in Trinidad. There should have been no questions or no commissioner of UK going to take care of that lady, or you had to call this one.
What I'm saying to you is he gave I guess he gave a directive. He's the Prime Minister of the country.
Gary, but you have to listen to what I'm saying. Gary, you are in charge. You ain't getting no directive. You calling up Caribbean Airlines. Listen, I'm booking a ticket for this individual. Make sure they get the PCR test. Make sure they have whatever they have to go in. They're showing up at the airport at a certain time, and they're going back to Trinidad and Tobago.
But that alone to show you how he managing things. Now, I just
use the leader. Use the leader. You gotta talk to nobody else. That's what I would have done.
I just WhatsApp it to you, his response. What he told the young lady. Now, when Diana, I follow up with Diana, and Diana follow up with the young lady. Right?
I called Emery Brown.
She actually called the High Commission day. You know, they telling Diana they thought everything was okay with she and she with relatives. The young lady never said that.
But
I have a copy of the voicemail she sent the Prime Minister.
But Gary, that's exactly what I am saying. What I am saying is that since the information reached the highest person in the land,
thank you,
I personally would have taken care of it.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear about no high commissioner or low commissioner, nobody else. I taking care of it. Even if I had to pay for it. And the government will refund me.
Yeah, the leadership leaves a lot to be desired.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
And I pleaded with him. This woman needs to be home. And now they want her to pay heat and light. That is not Diana's job. You, Dr. Rowley, were made aware of a young female citizen stranded. That is your job, to get this woman home to her son and her family. And I'm not going to be begging you anymore.
Diana, it's not his job to get her home.
Well, whoever job it is.
It's his job to assist our stranded citizens who have been out of the country due to the policy that was implemented by his government.
Well, let me rephrase what I just said. It is his job to get her home.
No, it's not his job.
No, I don't care. I don't care.
It's not his job. No, it's not his job.
I don't care. Is he citizen? He's the leader of the country. He put the draconian policy in place. He is a fish don't rotten from the tail. A fish don't rotten from the tail. It is Dr. Rowley work to put whatever in place to get her home.
No, it's not his job.
Yeah? Well, I go say so. Is he work? Is he work to get you home? Right? And if it were his daughter, how he would feel. I'm not going to be begging him no more. I call Emery Brown. He want to answer me, but I go call the office directly. I'm getting tired and fed up all you know. Fed up see what Gary went through. I'm tired all you. Fed up with all you. Got this poor child suffering. She needs to get home. She's fully vaccinated. She needs help to pay for a PCR test, and she needs help with a plane ticket to come home. So y'all need to put things in place and get this woman out of the UK, because it's your policy, Dr. Rowley, that they had her. You see, back in the day, let me go biblical on your hair now. Back in the day, when the king, whoever he was, with the Pharaoh, he said all firstborn must be what? Killed. And the first, and that policy came right back in Iraq. His son dead. You see a policy? It came right back and visited you. Right, and you were right in the yard where the young lady was. You see a policy that is biblical. It was being fulfilled right there. You were supposed to fulfill that biblical policy and get that young lady out of England. But no, you leave her there. You send a text, yeah. You must make a phone call, but she's still at home with your family. She needs to be home, Dr. Rowley. I'm tired and I'm fed up now. She needs to be home. And I'm not calling you and begging you no more. I'm fed up now. All again, so, I'm vexed.
All right. So Haley says, Haley, you're right. Gary Griffith don't know that water, that is water that is out fire. You're absolutely correct. Right? But look, Gary Griffith defenders. Gary Griffith defender. What's that? Richard Ramoot. I ain't gonna read what Richard Ramoot put. But
wait. Somebody in the chat say I ain't getting my birth paper. Hello. What I say there? Hello. Answer, put it up. I don't know. This is the $50 one. I put it up. But this is the new one. Yep. This is the new one.
You're not getting a new one. Just like you're not getting an ID card.
Hello. See my birth paper, Trinidad and Tobago.
3 things happening to you with regards to Trinidad and Tobago.
I don't care.
You're not getting your ID card.
They can keep
You're not getting a birth paper. And as soon as you step down in Trinidad, you're going to end up on Frederick Street.
This is the new birth paper, like the one with the $50 bill and slam. Come on. You don't know that? Please, if you the one that don't know that. They don't want to give me my passport. Let them keep it. I have a passport too.
That's a third one. So it's true now.
I have two passports. I have two passports that takes me to any country in the world. More countries in the world that Trinidad passport is carrying. Hello. I have a Bajan ID. I have US ID. I don't need Trinidad ID. Give it to
Venezuelan. Trinidad ID so far.
Wait. Give it to Trinidad. Give it to Venezuelan and let them work and pay national insurance. And when later on I will come and claim it.
Well, stop begging for them. Stop begging.
I know. I don't want it. I'm telling you. I don't want it.
What is the beggar's name? That's what it's called. The beggar name.
Let them further encroach on my constitutional right. Like they're encroaching on people's constitutional rights, suffering them under the SOE. People can't work. Lockdown, people ain't giving them no kind of help. People cannot go nowhere and work. You take away the people's right to protest against your draconian policy. And under the UN Charter, you're not supposed to do that. Come on. It's Trinidad.
But they're having a big march on November the 30th. What is this?
Yeah.
Start move forward or whatever it is.
Yeah, and I'm marching here too. I got 3 songs. I gonna be blasting all day on my live. Yep.
How much people they expect at that march? 10,000?
I don't know, but I gonna be in on the live with them. Shoot.
But let me say congratulations to Haley. Gary. Haley just sent a slap for you, boy. She said Gary Griffith failed. That's a fact. Don't you think she put in parentheses Gary?
Haley maybe you're from Chumaka?
Haley said Haley sent a message to you. She only put your name. She didn't put your name. She said Gary Griffith failed. Haley, you're speaking truth to power. One of the biggest failures.
She said Gary Griffin. She didn't say Gary Griffith. She was talking about Gary Griffin. That's a different person.
No. She was going to put your name in parentheses after Gary Griffin. Just that she wanted to address it to you now.
Hey, Haley, Haley, nobody bans Diana Ben's skin. You hear what I'm telling you? I am a child of the Jehovah, the Most High. So when I walk, Jehovah walking in front of me, and I follow his footsteps. So if they want to go and try to ban me, let them try.
Watch. Look,
Jehovah
Richard
gonna open up another avenue for me, honey.
Richard Ramu attacking Claudia too. Claudia like you reading PNM news. Oh God, Jesus Christ. The boy
Yeah, I just tired of poor people suffering and you know people can't get devices for the children to go to school. I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm fed up. And then you're going to Tobago now. You want to dangle trinkets in front of them. What happened? You think that it's
So how come
Christopher
all this
Columbus?
giveaways only Tobago people? What happened to Trinidad people?
Yeah. It's votes they want. You see the nasty game. But Tobagonians, all you listening, don't put them back there. Do what I tell you. And do all the thing and make all the place a better place and wake up them Trinidadians and let me Trinidadians see, we better follow the Tobagonians. Tired of the nonsense
I'm
now.
waiting to see what people like it really does. I'm waiting to see.
Jack predict 10-5. So what are you worried about?
Fed up with them.
Waiting to see.
All right, folks, let's go for a quick station identification. Before we go, Little Ron Horner, who's still sitting in the corner.
Oh dear.
He says the PNM and the president fire Gigi. I don't know. Even Gary Griffith come out and said it was Bliss Prasad. This look. Look at me vexed tonight, eh?
Go ahead, let me hear it.
Top of the hour.
You only have 2 minutes to the top
Let me
of
go
the
for
hour.
a quick station identification. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Let's go for a quick station identification. We'll be right back after this short message. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
It's in the village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, we come to you from 6 to 9 p.m. every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The WhatsApp number is 973-868-1444. 973-868-1444. So you see, Diana Benskin, Gary Mahabir, and Tommy. Gary Griffith fired himself. And if anybody is to take responsible, it's Bliss T. Prasad, who was chairman of the Police Service Commission.
Responsible for what?
For firing him, getting rid of him.
Okay, so the man term ended.
Right. So them, and I sure his name wasn't even on the new list. His name wasn't on the new list.
You sure about that?
No, I don't know.
According to that poll that the people took, that the people was they liked the job that he was doing. So I don't know.
Why
what job he was doing?
There was a poll that was taken in favor or not, and it was highly in favor. So,
Gary Griffith to the Model Olympics, and he got silver and bronze in the history of models in Trinidad and Tobago.
Why the government is not bringing the list forward? Why it is that Bliss Prasad and her and the former members of the PSC not brought before a joint selection committee to explain certain things? But it's going to happen. Gary Griffith is not going to let them ride on easy.
Gary, why your party don't fight for that?
My party?
Yeah.
Which one is my party? I supported both. So which one is my party?
The yellow party. Why them don't fight for that?
But I had a party card, you know.
No, I didn't say I had no party card, but the party you indirectly support.
Well, I support based on what I think is best at the time.
Gary, why they not fighting for that, Gary?
Fighting for what?
Right, for the take the people from the previous Police Service Commission before the Joint Select Committee.
But didn't we suggest that together on them? We suggested
But
that.
why did they fight for it?
But we don't know what's
They're
been done
fighting for
behind
Gary
the
Griffith
scene,
to be commissioner of police. Why did they fight for that?
Obviously, the former prime minister.
Call up, what is his name? Senator Lyda and ask him. Senator Lyda.
Hold on a second. Well, let me finish with this. The former prime minister who wanted, when she wanted to be prime minister, knew me. Right? She knew me. For months, years, we talking on the phone. She became prime minister, and she can't talk no more. She lost government, and she still can't talk. We invited her, she still can't come. Right? So let's hear the explanation from her. We had several of her MPs inside here already. We have to make a demand on her now. We want an explanation from her. Nobody else. We don't want you to send nobody. We want you to represent yourself. This is what we want. We want you to represent yourself and explain what the party is doing. That is what we want now. That is what I am asking for at this point.
Nadia, good night to you.
But we're going to bring. I'm gonna get the information from a few people. I'm still waiting on it. On the accomplishment of Gary Griffith, the things that he has put in place to transform the police service in comparison to what was done with the previous commissioners of police.
I hope you have body cameras on that list.
Okay. And I want to see the original merit list. I want Bliss C. Prasad to bring that forward. I want to see the original merit list. And I think Gary Griffith ended up saying something like that. His lawyers, they want the original merit list to see whose name was in it. Never in the history of our country this ever happened.
But Gary, why don't your party call for a joint select committee for each one of the former people on the Police Service Commission to go before them and answer questions, Gary?
I want the political leader of that party to discuss it with. And since
she called for October revolution, that revolution went out the window like poof, the revolution gone. Wait,
a November revolution.
A 2-week revolution. I never know a revolution lasts for 2 weeks. 2 weeks and it's done.
Revolution coming on the 30th.
No, there's a push forward or whatever it is. That go bust too.
Boy, let me see how serious. Listen to me. Let me see how serious the people of Trinidad and Tobago is.
That go bust.
Yeah. Let me see.
That go bust.
If
nobody want to follow the Pompek and them, who want to follow the Pompek of radio? Slighty K and Wordsmith.
Answer me, you'll see. When people fed up, you know. When people fed up, okay?
And the other one, what is the other one name? The other UNC activist. What's your name, Gary?
Who know?
People fed up, okay? Answer. Okay. And you highly kuchla. Diana, wickedness hands are stretched long. You know, let me tell you something. See, I grew up in a house with a man that they said that was my mother's husband. Used to dabble in that, right? And try all how to put thing on me. But I am a child of the Most High, Jehovah. You hear what I tell you? Okay, so when I just get visions and dreams and stuff, eh? So when people want to harm me, I know how to pray back where you come from, eh? I know exactly how to pray back. All right, good.
But Dana Benskin, I want to ask you, Gary and Tommy, a question, boy. Why people does make it so easy for me when they post certain things, boy? Why they don't make it a little difficult? Listen to the island fella. The fella who worked on the island.
Everything that PNM does.
Only read it now. Read what the fella out on the island says. Well,
a lot of people are under mass hypnosis by the PNM. Even Wall Street, everything that PNM does, he clap and shake his bald head like a dashboard.
You hear? You hear? Now, you see.
But I thought Ellis was a PNM.
Ellis is that you thought, boy, you know what thought make a man do? Man jump off a cliff and thought he could have fly, you know. Jump off a cliff and thought he could have fly, boy. Listen to this one. Listen to this fella. Want to see that? Now, Diana Benskin, if I handsome Wall Street Leeborn, everything the PNM does, he does clap and shake. When the PNM put into the policy of for exemption for exile and stranded citizen, did I clap and shake my ball head? Eh? Like a dashboard puppy? Did I clap and shake my ball head like a dash? So Ellis, oh God, Ellis, I gotta make it a little harder for me, you know. Seriously. I gotta make it a little harder now, man. Oh God, I just can't tell all you know. All I know we good.
I want to know what them intend to do on November 30th. That's what I want.
But Gary, I want you, because it's your party, you and Ellis that support the same party.
But how you know that, Anselm?
Oh, I know what.
Maybe he's against, things like you.
Who, Ellis?
And up to there, he owe me some pictures, eh? He owe me some pictures.
Yeah, you gotta get them pictures for you, boy. I'll get them pictures for you. I don't do. But Ellis and Gary is same party, right? But Ellis and Little Ron Horner and carrot cake and breadfruit and Swallowfield. I ain't see Swallowfield. I ain't see Swallowfield for a little bit, you know. Where you on? I feel people praying for the move forward march on the 30th, you know. I feel so. But Diana Benz, can you see what I'm trying to tell you? All I'm trying to tell you is that when intelligent people like Ellis Island make these type of statement, it makes me I'm worried. I'm very concerned. Right? I expect stuff like that from Little Ron Horner.
Well, because you said, what? I go to Trinidad, they're gonna arrest me. What are they gonna arrest me for? Why
they're gonna lock you up.
Lock me up for what? Lock me up for what? For what? Then they are under the hypnosis of the PNM.
Diana,
please.
When Ansem PNM police come to lock you up, I'm going to get the UNC lawyers to come and take you. Don't worry.
Talk. Come on, lock me up for what?
We got
arrest
the best.
And they better not put no mark on me that wasn't there before. What madness you talking?
And Ram Logan.
What madness you talking? Huh? They better not put one mark on me. They better put one mark on me that was not there before. You can't go in. You don't agree with policies, and people want to come and arrest you and lock you up for what?
Gary, them lawyers they come to defend Diana Benskin, you know.
Oh really?
But Diana Benskin says she's non-affiliated. She's not affiliated.
That's all right. That makes it more better.
That's what for. By the way, let's play now 4x4 jail.
Hello, maybe my pocket can entice them to come and defend me. Hello.
Yeah.
I don't have time. I don't have time. I arrest me.
I get an understanding for Takesha. Not one penny. Not one cost to her.
Yeah, arrest me. What are you arresting people for? Since when Martin Luther King marched that we can vote and we can walk the streets free? Huh? Rosa Parks sit down because she was tired. Buzz Butler get up and make noise because he felt the people needed a union. And what they do with Buzz Butler, they threw he down in some place on Shakari. I understand. They're wicked, evil people because you're standing up for the downtrodden and the oppressed. Come on.
What is Shakari? I didn't catch that up.
Huh?
What happened?
Didn't they lock up? Correct me if I'm wrong. Buzz Butler down there.
Oh. Okay.
Please, wicked and evil people. When you stand up for the downtrodden, that is their way of putting fear in you.
No, Diana, it's okay. It's okay to defend the downtrodden. But when you have seditious behavior, it's a different story.
What's seditious behavior? Let me hear what's seditious behavior. To tell people to go and walk around the pavement on the Red House, that is seditious behavior?
No, you telling people, and when the state of emergency was wrong, all they go and just walk, like if all they walking around the thing for a little exercise. I go down there and exercise and walk around the Red House.
I was wrong with that.
That's seditious behavior. You're encouraging certain type of behavior.
Oh, please.
Unlawful behavior.
Unlawful behavior.
What happened to the water cannon they was offer was trying to purchase? Did they bring it yet?
Which water cannon?
They was bringing a big water cannon
For what?
for crowd control.
Oh
No. They ain't gonna do
Yeah,
that.
it's
They
like
ain't
a
gonna do
fire
that.
truck, and they shooting
No.
people in
They ain't
water.
gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that.
God. They bring
Don't
that
say
is true.
I don't know about that.
Well,
But listen,
if they do
breadstick.
that, if they do that to people in Trinidad and Tobago,
No.
I lose all respect now.
Yeah. They wouldn't do that. I
Anything
don't. No, they
goes.
wouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
I don't. I mean, if you say they go lock me up, but I don't trust them. I don't
No,
trust
but
that they
that's a
won't
different
do
story,
that.
though. That's
What
a
do you mean
different
different?
story.
What do you mean different story? If
Anyway,
you gonna
let me bring something up to you, up to date with you guys. Here. Now, you guys know, I was assisting a gentleman who had some issue in St. Lucia,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the gentleman got himself in a little more trouble than we would
Oh
have
boy.
liked. So I'm not calling names to embarrass the family or anything like that, but he seems to be an alcoholic.
Mm.
And I got a police officer in St. Lucia, and this is why I am very proud of for the support of the police officer in St. Lucia. Has gone way above duty to assist us with this gentleman. I mean, the amount of things, in fact, I was on the phone a little while ago, off and on with them, in assisting this gentleman, way above the call of duty to assist us. I mean, with this gentleman in St. Lucia. And, apparently we're getting him on a flight tomorrow if everything goes well,
Yes.
to leave St. Lucia. I just got a copy of the PCR test. It's negative. But, I want to commend this police officer, and maybe someday I'll bring him on the show, and his department for standing with us in St. Lucia. I'm so proud of them. I wish I had seen, some of that kind of commitment in Trinidad and Tobago. I was shocked, the extent that this officer went out, updating me and putting himself out there with his own time, his own money, and everything else to assist us with this gentleman. So just wanted to mention that. I'll
Reach
update
out
you.
and touch somebody's hand. Make this
Yeah.
world a better place if you can.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, it's amazing. It's amazing how this officer has gone way above the call of duty to assist us. Like if he was one of our own relatives.
Yes.
Yeah, very
That's
good.
excellent.
Very
No,
good.
that's excellent. That's outstanding.
So
And
I would recommend going to St. Lucia for a visit. Anybody who wants to go,
yeah, I've
we
people
have
who
some
live in
good people there.
St.
We have
Lucia's
some
a
good
nice
people
place.
there.
St. Lucia's a nice place.
Yeah, I've been there. Very nice.
Yeah, it's a very nice
I see a whole heap of banana tree.
You ain't
Well,
seen
I
no
like
sycamore
bananas.
tree?
I don't know about anybody else. I like bananas. I
I
will
feel
eat
like
bananas.
Richard Ramove get the bananas from me.
Oh God, I had to take up. I had to leave where. What the airport up there has a French name to drive to Castries. Lord, you talk about banana tree, and hilly, up and down, winding road, and I hold in my belly to. Oh God, I never see so much banana tree in my life. But it's a nice place.
But Tony, let me ask you a
Yes.
question, right?
Yes,
I see
sir.
Breadstick put up a statement here. Them
Let me see what it is.
them getting 50 million after election if the PNM win. They're not getting it. And if they lose, they go pressure them. What 50 million Breadstick talking about? Or breadfruit?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Is that what they're
I
talking
don't
about
know.
in the news there? I sent you the copy of the thing.
When today?
$50 million.
PNM promised 50 million.
Trinket.
So let me ask you a question.
What is this? I sent anything there. What's 5K grant for every displaced worker? 50
Yeah, I know,
million
highly.
for accommodation sector, 5 million to SME, I don't know, and 25K cap, 10
SME
million
is small and
to
medium
tourism.
enterprise.
I sent it that. I just sent it out there again. Newsday, the picture.
All right.
Yeah, I know highly. That's the nature of the
Gary,
people.
I want to address something that I see come out from the underground report where I go address that just now.
Oh,
I go
Lord.
address that. Right?
Yeah.
And it's part of I see Victor Roberts doing fact or fiction. Victor Roberts is okay. I have to say I'm one of the first person that start fact or fiction on social media, but it's okay. I see TTT also start a question of the day. TTT online start a question of the day. It's okay, right? It's okay because you know my stuff is free for anybody to use. You understand? The fact or fiction, yeah.
Well, hey, take credit now. They're using it. Oh God.
Oh God, but I was telling you, free to use.
Yeah. Get him a bow. Get him a bow.
I gave them a bow. All right. So guy, with the article you just sent it to me.
I'm aware of that highly.
Huh?
You
have seen the page on the group there? Let me see. I'm gonna send it to you there.
Which one is called? We're in charge. Deal with it. Which one?
The one is cash giveaway.
Oh, cash giveaway. Here it is. 5K grant for every displaced worker. 15 million for accommodation sector. 5 million to small business, small medium enterprise. 25K cap. 10 million to Tobago Tourism Agency. And let me tell you something. You see, in every political campaign, there's political gimmicks. Both sides of the coin. So, how you gonna blame one side for political gimmicks and you ain't gonna look at the other side with their political gimmicks? It's all gimmicks.
But the government using the treasury for votes here, Ansem.
Yeah, but Gary, until we as a people stop allowing the politician to give us gimmicks, election after election after election, when they go in office, you don't get half of them things they promise you.
La la la, here we go again.
And that's the history of our life.
But that's what I'm saying. And we still keep going back and voting for the same parties over and over. And it's always election gimmicks. We get all kind of election gimmicks. Listen, they should give me that all the time. Take it in all the person. We go get all the everything. As a matter of fact, watch. We ain't getting all the 5K grant to everybody, you know. It's 20,000 to everybody. Right? We ain't getting all the 15 million for accommodation sector, you know. It's 50 million. People like it so let's take it. What is?
Every budget,
after the election come, who are going to hold them accountable for the promises? Who holds them accountable? Who holds them accountable? Look, both sides of the coin. Both sides of the coin. All they talking about all of this and all. Listen, when the people of Trinidad and Tobago decide that they want to keep it real, I'm going to go solo here for a little bit. I want Ellison them to see me nice suit.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Preach.
Let me move breadstick from the thing.
Yeah.
All you see? My tie and the thing. All right. Listen. Until we, as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, start to hold politicians accountable for all the false promises they're making to us, we, as citizens, spinning top in mud. And we're going to get change for exchange all the time because we don't hold them accountable. And I say this over and over and over and over, right? And they always say, well, yeah, Wall Street, he always fighting for them tree planting up in Chumaka, Claverton. Look how he fighting, and the PNM can't even give it to him. Look how long the building they abandoned, and they can't even give it to him. Think about this. How many other PNM people or even UNC people? What about that fella who represent Lavantil? What's his name again, Gary? Stowe. What's his name? Stowe. What's his name? Diana Benskin? Rodney Stowe. Rodney Stowe was going to represent Lavantil for UNC. Where Rodney Stowe been lately? Where he been? Since the election come and gone. But he's silent. Like he went to the dentist and again 25 Novocaine injection in the gum and he's silent and he can't talk. Where he is? But they want to talk, or they want to talk this and all they're talking that. We're not serious. We don't really want change in Trinidad and Tobago. We want exchange, and we're going to continue to get exchange, right? But I can say this. I stood up against my party. I, Ansem Libon, stood up against the PNM, and I couldn't care less. And so far, I've put something out on the table. 50,000 TT to a charity of choice to anyone in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't care who it is. It could be a UNC, a ILP, a ZBP, a COP, a TOP, a HOP, a PDP, a anybody. Because that is the kind of politics that is playing Trinidad and Tobago. As soon as you stand up for your country and there's a PNM, they brand you a UNC. Well, I don't know. No.
Call up Kareem Bird. I'll send you a number. Call him up. Tell him to be 5 minutes night time.
Who is he?
He was I think Labantil West or East, one of them. I can't remember.
Yeah, he was supposed to come, but he was building a
Call him
house
for
or
5 minutes. Tell him
something.
to be 5 minutes night time.
You want me to call him? Let me call him.
Live. Put him on the live.
Let me call him. Let me see what I'm saying. Kareem, let me see. Hold on. Let me see here. All right. Let me see. Yeah. All of you just talk and run remote. All of you just talk and run remote. We run remote left, right, and center. All you come now, we keep it real now. When all you go decide to stand up. When all you go and march up in Chumaka, Claventil for those abandoned buildings. When all you go march. And I hear they say, I want to confirm this. I hear the government going and sell the Workers' Bank building, which we asked to donate to the Laventil to Washington Empowerment Center. Right? That's another fight. Another fight I'm going and fight for. Mean serious. And I want all you who running all them out. I want all you to support it. I don't care if it's a UNC, a PDP, a ILP. Let me see how much all you go support it. Let me see how much them fellas in the underground report. Right? Let me see if Aisha Wells and Sharon Felix and Dominic Romain and Pastor Guru, them people in the money go along, get along, PNM gang.
If you get them, call Andy Williams. Call Andy Williams.
Huh?
Call Andy Williams. Call Andy Williams.
Hey.
Yeah. Let me call him. The Pompek of radio.
Yeah, call him.
I'm calling him. You want to go and do all kind of nice things so he could show and real me. Now we have time for that tonight.
Yeah. Tell him we invited him.
We have no time for that tonight. Them fellas seen Wall Street. They say, nah boy, we afraid Wall Street. And the Williams like he going to the march already.
We are hour behind them, remember?
Oh yeah, it's 10:34. It's kind of
late. It's late there.
Yeah, he must be sleeping under the bed. He under the bed.
That's not nice.
Yeah, let me finish. All you talking, we running remote and all kind of thing. What about them sign up for nothing? What we sign up for? We sign up for nothing, right? You know what they say? Leave them over there because the damn people up in Lavantis, they already move vote for PNM and them is PNM. Why they still vote for PNM and this, that, and the other? Look.
Sylvia Kingsley.
Gary, it's late in the night. People sleeping.
Now let me try Kingsley. I will try him. Let me try him.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I will try Kingsley. Let me try him. Maybe he might pick up because it's me.
Everybody's sleeping.
All right. Get them all here.
Kingsley, you're on WZYE 95.9 FM. You are on air, Kingsley. Kingsley, people in the chat tell me, call Kingsley. I said, Kingsley is my partner. I know Kingsley go pick up his phone. Because I call them other fellas and them. I call the Pompek of radio. He didn't pick up his phone. I call Kareem Bird. He didn't pick up his phone. So the time I call Kingsley. Kingsley, how are you going? You're on WZYE 95.9 FM. You are live on the air.
It's now 10:25. Which is the time of right now?
9:26. I know you go pick up your phone. But Kingsley, you you supporting the march, that move forward march, or what kind of march it is with the underground report?
No, for not supporting that march.
Why you not supporting the march, Kingsley?
That match is a political move, and that match, to me, is to mobilize the support for a political party. So I am not contributing in that. I mean, because you cannot hide behind independent. I am not independent. Because today, on the opposition side, they are questioning the independent people. And so why have a match and hide and say independent and rather a political party be in power? Come on, brave and say it, because if I go out there for whoever leader, if it's Kamala, whoever, I'm going to say I am out there for that leader. I'm going to say that I am, because I don't support this party or this government or this whoever, and say that. So, to me, in my point of view, the match of an agenda, a political agenda behind it, and I will take no part, let them declare their hand and say who behind it.
Kingsley, I said to them, and Gary, you can jump in, Gary, and Diana Benskin as well.
Well, he on the phone, so we can't really jump in, but go ahead.
No, I'll let him know what you're saying. Kingsley, this is what I said, right? I said, if that match was serious, maybe it would have been a match for 41 constituencies in Trinidad and Tobago. Or they go start here, then we'll go there, then we'll go there, then we'll go there. Right? To me, that is a political match. And them fellas should have come out and say, boy, listen, it's a political match, right? Is more of the opposition match, even though the opposition supported. The opposition is not part of it, right? To be one of the organizers, right? But we organizing it because we against the party in power, right? And the thing about it is, I saw a post, and the post had Dr. Rory Pitti on it. And if the post had Dr. Rory Pitti on it, that means it's a political march against the government. I mean, tell you a car march against the government.
I know what I'm saying. I am not saying don't go out there and march and protest like you can continue the constitution, right? You do that. But the point is, right, watch it and the two other talk shows, right? The point is, right, if we remove Dr. Rowley now, do the constitution, we change to the laws of selecting a commissioner, we change to the laws of selecting a president, we change if we move Rowley and put who? Do you think that the laws of picking police service a commission will change if we move Rowley? We have to unite as Trinidad and Tobago and understand that together we aspire, together we achieve our motto and fight for constitutional reform. Because don't care who we put there. The president controlled by the prime minister. This is not happening now. This happened since 1962. And some of us, but I just say one thing, I live like the Roman, me saying nothing. But any people want to continue in this country fighting for party and that's for country, because the father said, right, there's no mother India, there's no mother Africa, but there's mother Trinidad and Tobago. Look, I know taking some news in the house of the state of the why they going to vote to choose a man from not some a man from
the committee
of the parliament, right, up there. And they're going to vote about just by put it up a cartoon, or the cartoon is violent.
Right. Against the girl from New York. The fella.
They did vote to put him out.
Right. And that is a football country. That's this country. And as the world president say, I call the world president, Trump say, that we live in a simple country because we have people in jail suffering for 15 years, 20 years, all. We need to unite again as a people, as Trinidadians, and to fight for the constitution to reform. Imagine you wasting it the court time. If you use the effort, you have to go and spend hours in court and all kind of things. And who respects more than the police? Who respects more than the police? So if the people in this country want to continue for them politics, once I in Rome, I live like the Romans. I am not getting my head cut off. So that's my point there. So we need, as a people, right? And it will work because if people have to demand it, we have to fight faith. We have to represent faith. Because again, do you think that if we move Rowdy today, right, the EBC will change? Do you think that the EBC, honestly, the EBC that's independent? Do you think that if we move Dr. Rowdy today, the way how we pick a speaker of the house and the way how we pick independent senators, do you think that it will change? It wouldn't change because everybody use, when they're in power, they sing a different song. When they're in power, they sing a different song. And when they're in opposition, they're shouting and bawling and singing like this Christmas and God and Jesus Christ. And when I get there, I see it, I observe it. But if you see that, you come up for nothing, you come up PNM, you come up UNC. Today in this country, if you stand up and say you talk against Kamala, either you're racist or you are against it. You cannot be independent. All independent people are getting attacked. So we live in a society where you have to say as a UNC, as a PNM. Imagine politicians alleging that judge and lawyers, and you know what I mean, when you don't make in this country when things happen on the both two sides I'm speaking about, because I have to nobody here. Politicians say this, UNC say this, PNM say this, they say this, that we label the law as aspiration. We in this country, we label the justice as UNC, as PNM, we label the law. So every single thing in our country, everything in this country needs to be fixed because it's rotten and stink and nasty. And if we as a people stand up and say, hey, our children's future, we don't know, I wouldn't be saying nothing. So watch it.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. It's a pleasure. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much, man. You give us a few minutes. Wonderful.
Very much, man.
Yeah, man. Bless. All your minute like Kingsley. But what the fella saying is truth.
Straight talk.
Right? It's straight talk. All of we want to change. All changes. Get rid of he no good. He gotta go. Let him go. All right. All let him go. Send him out.
The playbook. That's what they're working with.
Anytime it come, this person must go because the other side want him to go. And then the next person come in, the other side want that person to go. And the same thing. Tomorrow, nothing in change. Right? We get change, but it's only exchange. The fella talk truth to power. Why we don't change the Public Service Commission? Why we don't fix the EBC? Why we don't fix the judicial system? Right? Why we don't fix the Speaker of the House? Why we don't fix the Constitution? Why we fix all them things, man? But we fighting with each other. PNM, UNC. Look, Chogas had it right. I play this song for you.
He's a referee.
Yeah, he's a referee. Well, you come on, man. Let me fix the thing. Hey, what is saying? What is saying, Tobago? Let me fix this.
Let me fix this. Yep.
Oh, that's a real good slogan. Let me fix this.
Yep.
Well,
you gotta fix this. How we gonna fix this?
Let me see what the people on the ground in Tobago are going to fix.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, the decision is in their hands. And, until we see what they decide, then we will know how things moving. If they go back the same way, well, we know, we know what to expect.
But wait. But Diana,
yeah,
are we getting ready to close here? How does breadstick? This is what breadstick says. If UNC was in power and some would have turned this to Aisha's show, laugh out loud. You see, breadstick, did you hear me call Pastor Google show today? Did you hear me call Aisha Wells show yesterday? And did you hear me call the Truth is Believable program? Did you hear that, Breadstick? Huh? But you see, I mean, it seemed like Breadstick, all you have selective memory, you know.
Right.
you want Ellis. Look the other one. Wall Street, you're fighting on one hand, but you're supporting the wicked, devilish PNM. So Ellis, tell me who you want me to support, and I will support who you want me to support. How about that? All right? For sticks, I want you, Richard Ramroop, Ellis, Carrot Cake, Little Ron Horner. I want all you to suggest, hey, my partner, Vonnie Roberts. I want all you to suggest who I should support. Right? Because I am one of the few individuals who, when I see certain things happening, and now I can't stand up for everything, and I'm not trying to be the man of everything. I pick certain things that I want to stand for, and I stand for those things. If my party not for that, I against that. I stand up for exile and stranded citizens. Right? I stand for that. I stand for the people in Chumaka, Clavantil. I stand for that. All you want me to stand up for everything. Right? Nah, I go worry myself. I just stand up for, look, not me. Let Aisha and Pastor Google and the rest of them stand up for something. I'm not in this to try to stand up for everything. Let me read a quick few of these comments and we get ready to go. Oh, Nadia says, come on Wall Street. The PNM not really doing anything for poor people. Suffering. Oh my God. So sad. Please, Wall Street, think I'm not a PNM or UNC who's working for the people and some. All right. All right, Claudia. Look at next one. Troy Smith. Anselm eating shame from the PNM. Anselm is no different to the go along, get along gang. All right. Oh, you put me in a gang that I create. Huh? How you going to indoctrinate me into a gang that I create? Eh? Anthony Medford says, hey, Anthony, how you going, partner? I know Medford, you know. You know? I think Medford used to be a PNM one time. Anthony Medford says, answer me, you're my brother, but if you support Keith, you are just like him. You see, all the getting this thing mixed up, you know.
Is Anthony Medford related to those who own the Medford gas stations?
Which one? In Trinidad? I want Medford gas station?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Medford own gas stations. I don't know if it's the same family. Ask him.
Chiquisha wants to know, Anselm, who is your PM job? Really? My PM? My PM is your PM, Takisha. What is Takisha say, what is the PM? What's the PM job really? I don't know. Do whatever you want. He's the Prime Minister.
The PM job is to play golf and tell everybody what else to do. To go and do.
Yeah. He say Wall Street, oh God, oh she gone, boy. Anselm,
PM job is
Anthony
to play
Medford
golf
said,
and tell everybody he's boss.
Just to let you know, you're supposed to thank taxpayers, not PNM. For what, Anthony Medford? I don't know. All right, I see Little Ron want to block somebody. All right, folks. So who's going to put closing comments tonight? I think, oh God, boy, it's just a lot. Hey, my dog, welcome. So my dog, Anthony Medford, my dog, Anthony Medford, and Melissa, put closing comments in the chat. My dog, Anthony Medford, and Melissa. So Mad Dog Melissa and Anthony Medford, please put closing comments in the chat. All right. So, all right. So let's go, folks. Go ahead, Diana. We're gonna start with you.
I'm just gonna do some quotes. I wanted to ask the people listening and in the chat, right? Who did the government buy the earth from? Land. Who did they buy the earth from? And why is it that we human beings must be buying land from the government? Without the ability to talk about government power, there's no way for citizens to make sure this power isn't being misused. Reforming is about curbing government power. It is a self-imposed revolution. It will require real sacrifice and will be painful. When you give government the power to control the money supply, it grows like a tumor until it extinguishes society itself. And no matter who you vote for, government always stays in power. Let us not forget that government is ourselves and not an alien that is ruling over us. Those are my quotes for tonight. This is Diana Benskin, your global ambassador and your poet, bidding you auf Wiedersehen until we meet again. Good night, beloved people. Stay safe.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Yeah, my first quote is from Charles Dickens' Great Expectation. We need never be ashamed of our tears. That's the first one. And the next one is from Maya Angelou. When you learn, teach. When you get, give. Okay? These two quotes I'm going to give tonight. And I'm very happy to have been here in the village. It was another great night. And everybody be safe out there, especially now. And we'll meet again on Saturday, God willing. Good night.
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
And of course, folks, I was going to do an editorial tonight, but I'm going to make it short tonight. Two of my quotes that I always give, and I say, especially when I call the radio stations in Trinidad and Tobago, I say to the people of Chumaka Clavantil, in the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And one of my favorite quotes is, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. And Gary just jumped out and he was going to close the program. So I think Gary just dropped out. I'm going to wait for him to come back. So let's see closing quotes by, who did I say? Diana, who did I say again?
He said Mad Dog, Melissa, and Medford.
Oh, Mad Dog, Melissa, and Anthony Medford, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Medford has one here. He said, the Native Americans said we belong to the land, but the white man said the land belonged to us.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa says, if you want to know someone's mind, listen to their words. If you want to know someone's heart, watch their actions. Mm-hmm. Falling down is part of life. Getting back up is living. Mm-hmm. I ain't see my dog thing yet. Oh, I see my dog put his woggle put here, boy.
Yeah.
Rajvi, if you come back here with this Trump in 2022, I will come and find you. Good.
Okay, Haley says, if you're looking for truth, that's a quote, right? You read that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the Mad Dog.
I ain't
Scroll
see.
up. He put.
Scroll up. I put.
I don't know.
Sorry, my closing statement's not sure what I put here. Remember in life there are no limits, but Go buy a frog, your hair ribbits. Moral of this weird statement: talk is cheap. It make you weep, but action could bring satisfaction if implemented properly. Hey, my boy is a poet, man,
Yeah,
my dog.
my dog. You just come real good. You just come
Yeah,
real good. You just come real good. Well good. That was a good one. I like that one.
yeah. You go
I
buy
like
a
that one.
frog, your hair ribbit.
Yeah. Since you come into the program, my dog, you've been improving. You've been improving daily.
Oh dear.
Oh
Good
God.
night.
Good night. What one we go out with here, boy? Let me go to this one here.
Something
Let me
from
go.
Paul Keens-Douglas.
Oh, I had one here, you know. Oh, let me thank Paul Keens-Douglas and
Yes.
what's the
Pretty
name? What's it?
Patty. Pretty Patty.
Pretty Patty
Yeah.
for coming and join us here in the village.
Yes, that's right.
I gotta go and look for that, you know. I gotta let me see if I could find that one. The Paul Keens-Douglas.
2
Here we
weeks
go.
suspension.
Who's that?
Nuts Cake saying somebody getting 2 weeks suspension.
Oh God! Hell yes! Them fellas are always the best, you know. So, hey Tommy,
You go
you
on.
going out for that
Yes,
match, man?
yes, love.
You going out for the match?
You gonna be back up.
When is the match? End of the month?
I really don't know, you know.
Yes, the 30th.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm marching in my living room and I gonna be playing some serious songs.
Huh?
Yep.
You playing some songs.
Chase that crazy bald head out of the town. Woo. Chase that crazy bald head out of the yard.
No, I will stay away from that Paul Keens-Douglas thing because we might get a copyright hit on that.
Shadoo doo 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 that doo that.
No, Diana, who's a better singer, you or I?
But you know what singing though? Build your
Yes.
penitentiary.
Yeah, but
Rebuild your
I was singing my
school.
original.
Brainwash education. Make us a fool. Yeah, hatred you reward for our love. You gotta get up, stand up. Mm-mm. Stand up for your rights. Yeah, get up, stand up.
As soon as they do something get wrong with it. All of us something. I don't know what happened there.
I was walking last year through Woodport Square when a black man called out to me. Jockey in your calypso song next year. I want you attack UNC. Sing how Kamala appoint Reshmi.
Something just happened. All right, let's try this again.
I was walking last year through Woodford Square when a black man called out to me, Jockey, in your Calypso song next year, I want you attack UNC. Sing how Kamala appoint Reshmi and Janice Thomas to rule over we, even though both of them may have no ability. By the time I reach up by Green Corner, a Indian man pulling my shirt. Jockey sing how Keith Rowley Concorsa, he have no dignity, no word. Every day he attacking Kamala like every she TV neighbor string. Down to the woman hat Keith Rowley criticizing. I tell them government and opposition, my friend, is like a cricket match being fought. Bowlers trying to lick down the batsmen and out down the whole side for naught. But the true kaisonian must stay detached. He must stand by and watch the match for the Kaiso art. Say, you can't take part. That's why I ain't bowling ball for nobody. I ain't fielding for no side papi. I am batting to please UNC. I am planning to make no century. My role is to point out who chucking, who bending the arms and pelting. For when you see Chucky up here, you're watching a man who's fair. And when Rowley bowling Kamala, I am the umpire. Like Rolling Tiger, and Lord Beginner, in the footsteps of Kitchener. All you're watching an umpire.